All right. Oh, what is up, YouTube? What is going on, fellow fantasy people? And of course, what is up, the catch fam? You guys already know what time it is. Week 16 fantasy Q&A. Although tonight on this Tuesday evening, we do have some week 15 action finishing up. Depending on your location, you've either got Jalen Hurts or making a second turnover of the game, or you have got facing the Washington football team, or you've got the Rams and the Hawks. But regardless, appreciate you guys coming out tonight. Looking forward to tonight's stream. Hit that like button on the way in. Hit the sub button if you're new to the channel. If you watch this retrospectively, feel free to drop any comments, questions, concerns down below in the comment section as well. And do not fear. Surprised you guys. I got on about half an hour early, but do not fear. Steven will be joining us at 8 p.m. sharp. So, no worries there. If you only got on tonight to talk to Steven, I cannot say I blame you. But nonetheless, Steven will be here. So I'll just be kind of hanging out, watching this Eagles Washington game, seeing what's happening. And until then, we will wait and see what Steven's up to at 8 p.m. Other than that, I'm excited to be with you guys tonight. I'll start off by saying this. If you started Jalen Hurts and you're counting on him in the fantasy playoffs against a Washington football team defense that's been very, very bad against opposing quarterbacks, it's not looking pretty to start the night. But at the same time, there's a lot of time left in this game. So we'll see what happens here. So yeah, there's really no way for me to call or for us to call the Seattle or the Seahawks and Rams game, right? Depending on where you live, you're not gonna be able to get updates. I mean, we can, get updates, I guess, through my phone. I'm not sure. This is a weird circumstance where I actually don't have access to a game, which I don't think I've had all season long. So Shelton Hurts has already thrown an interception. Yeah, and he just fumbled too. Yeah, it's not good. On paper, this matchup was great for Hurts. We'll see what happens. Gibson, of course, has found the end zone already. This Eagles run defense is very, very bad. So I'm not surprised by that. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Not a good start for Jalen Hurts, that's for sure. What's going on, Shelton? Appreciate you being here tonight, man. Appreciate you coming out. Yeah, I don't even have. I wonder if I can search like a game box. Rams are up 3-0. Matt Gay has kicked a 55-yard field goal. That's about all I've got there. Okay, so I do have. I can keep a live score up. Give me the drive summary and everything. Oh no, I can watch it on my phone. Oh no, this is a replay of Matt Gay's kick. Okay, never mind. Well, I can watch a replay of Matt Gay's kick, which is kind of cool. Christian, I need Matthew Stafford and Eagles to combine for 40 to win. Do you think I can win? Yes, but it's gonna be close. And right now, Washington football team is playing better than Philly's playing. Terry McLaurin with a huge snag from G. Gilbert. It's gonna be tough, Christian. Is it possible? Yes. But you're hoping for a really good game out of Matthew Stafford. And so far, that game through the first quarter has been moving pretty slow. And then you're hoping for a really good game on this Eagles defense, who we really liked going into the week, right? But right now, this game script is going into the hands of Washington. Shelton Antonio Gibson is hurt. Okay, I missed that. Wow, that should have been a touchdown. That should have been a touchdown to Ricky Seals-Jones. Just a little bit off there. Wow. Gilbert, 4 of 6, 78 passing yards to start the night. I did not see Gibson get hurt, Shelton. Thank you for that update. Thank you. If you started him, maybe he got you enough with that touchdown. Who knows? At least he scored before he got hurt, right? I mean, that's big. What's the injury? I completely missed that. I was kind of doing a couple last second chores before hopping on, had the game streaming on my phone, and I completely missed that. I mean, that's big. Patterson's, someone who can come in and play like an RB1. So, ooh, that's something that we're going to have to take a look at. Emily, if Lamar is out again, is Huntley a top 5 quarterback? I think top 5 might be stretching it, but can he get into the top 12? Sure. Absolutely. Uh, I think last week was kind of a combination of a lot of different things in terms of how well he performed, including game script. Gilbert dropping back here, 3rd and goal, looking for his man. He gave Humphreys a shot there. Not a bad throw. I mean, those are 2 catchable balls back to back there by Gilbert. So yeah, listen, he's going to get Cincinnati, who ranks pretty high against the quarterback position, number 8, and the Rams, who come in at number 7. Let's say theoretically Huntley starts the next 2 games. I think top 5 is kind of stretching it. Kind of stretching it. He performed fantastic this past week, but I still think it's just slightly stretching it. Green Bay 25th against the quarterback position. So, I mean, they're in the bottom 20, right? Where Cincinnati and LA, just theoretical, right? Lamar sits those games or sits one of them. They're both in the top 8. So, I think we got to tamper expectations there. I would say, unless you're in a very deep league, I wouldn't go out on a flyer and pick up Huntley. But don't get me wrong, he can prove us wrong. So, we'll see. Richard, what's going on? Richard, good to have you here, man. Always good to have you here. Our established gentleman of the group, Richard Glass, in the building. Christian, I'm getting mad because, well, actually, Richard, I'm sorry, Christian. Richard, I just want you to know, in the Catch Fam League, I'm coming for you in the toilet bowl. Okay, that's all I have to say. Christian, I'm getting mad because I started Montgomery over Gibson. Well, Gibson is supposedly hurt. He's not even in right now. So did Montgomery have a great day? No, he definitely disappointed. But at the same time, we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. But I get it. Montgomery definitely disappointed. I thought he'd have a much better game against that Minnesota front 7. He's been very bad against opposing quarterbacks. Excuse me, opposing running backs. Yeah, it's a tough break. I know a lot of you guys started Gibson, and I liked him a lot this week. So, excuse me, Montgomery, and I liked him a lot this week. Sheldon, I sure hope not. I have Eagles defense. I don't know what the injury is. All I know he's in the medical tent. Yeah, I didn't see what happened, so we'll try and keep an eye on that as the night progresses. For those of you who started Gibson or just own Gibson in general, or for those of you who want to go pick up Patterson off the waivers as well. Richard with the best elbow cough emoji, the best emoji. Pray, what's going on, man? Matt Stafford has got an interception, but I'm probably going to start him over Kyler next week. Yeah, it's a tough call between the two. I do think Matthew Stafford has the better matchup next week, though. But at the same time, it's like, do the Cardinals start to turn this thing around? Do they come out kind of guns blazing next week? We'll see. We'll see. Good to see you, Pray. Appreciate all you guys being here tonight, man. Richard, I think I'm just going to field a team of all COVID players. I mean, you don't really have to try that hard. I was listening to NFL Game Day, whatever it is they were playing like 2 hours ago on NFL Network. And they were saying that 10% of NFL players tested positive for COVID this past week. And obviously, only so many big names in there, but still, I mean, 10% is a pretty bulky number, right? But it's hard to say how much of an impact that has when a lot of those players are practice squad players and non-starters. But don't get me wrong, nonetheless, it definitely impacts things. Definitely impacted this past week, obviously. Colts defense has been insane lately. Yeah, they have. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how confident we can be the way the Cardinals have been playing, the way Kyler Murray's been playing, how confident we can be starting Kyler Murray next week against this Colts defense. How confident can we be starting The Colts defense. It's hard to say. I mean, you could say the same last week, though. I mean, I think that the Colts defense got dropped in a lot of leagues more than likely looking at that matchup against the Patriots and followed by the Cardinals, right? I think if they're available, they're a team you can definitely pick up with some confidence. I mean, I think they're a team that's good enough that the floor is high enough we can start them even against some of these better teams like the Cardinals, right? I mean, they proved that last week, but they're not going to perform like they did last week every single week. But still, this defense is for real. So check if they got dropped in respective leagues. Let's see here. Richard, I had the Colts and Bucks defense in my main league. How did the Bucks defense fare? I mean, what, they only gave them 9 points, right? Let's see here. Tampa. I mean, they're still a top 5 defense, like quietly in fantasy. Oh my gosh, yeah, they got Carolina, then the Jets. That's good stuff. Yeah. I mean, they were worth holding on to just for those two matchups. So yeah, I think they're a team you can stream the next 2 weeks with high confidence. Carolina and the Jets both are tied for 28th against opposing defenses or against opposing offenses. So I like both those starts a lot, for sure. Well, the Bucks against both those teams for sure. Price says to start the Bucks. Richard, I had the Bucks starting next week for sure. Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, I think Steven touched on this in must start defenses last night, which if you guys haven't checked out, make sure you do. Go drop a like, go drop a comment for our boy Steven. But uh there's rumors that Sam Darnold might come back and play. Is that good? For the Panthers? I don't know. Is it good for those of you who own the Bucks defense? Yeah, absolutely. I'll keep Eddie on my bench to lock them from anyone else getting them. Yeah, smart move, Richard, for sure. This time of year, like if you have a winning roster, it is okay to roster an additional 2 or 3 defenses, and just especially if you know you're playing against other owners in the championship or the playoffs who like to stream defenses, and you take away that option. I mean, it's the same as if uh, your opponent or your expected opponent, uh, you know, only has Lamar Jackson, right? Which or whoever, right? Only has it one quarterback who just got injured. And you go out and you pick up an extra 2 quarterbacks who are stream options, and then it just gives you that extra advantage going into the week, right? I was about to say they're versing Carolina, but I was figuring out how to spell it. I'm glad you figured out how to spell it, Pray. Oz, Bucks or Packers defense says why? Like and sub. Hey, appreciate that, Oz. Um, I would say Bucks. I would say Bucks. Yeah. We were just talking about this when he joined in, Oz, but uh Panthers and Jets next 2 weeks. Bucks and look at it this way: the Buccaneers need their defense to step up too, with how many injuries the offense has. Yeah, yeah. This is that time of year where the Buccaneers defense has got to step up. So, yeah, and I think that they will. I think that they will. These are two very good matchups. So I would definitely start the Bucks. I just poured water on my face. And the other aspect is Packers just got burnt. Some leagues they gave you negative points. This past week, most leagues they gave you 0, but between 0 and -2. So do we want to trust them? I don't know. Richard Glass, that's good for the Bucks. Yeah, if Darnold comes back, sure. I don't have a lot of faith in the Panthers right now. That's for sure. Kevin, do you think Tom Brady would have lost the Super Bowl if he had they/them pronouns as compared to he/him? Hard to say, man. Hard to say. Pray start Bucks. They're versing trash teams. Yeah, I didn't realize that they still ranked in the top 5. I didn't realize that at all. It's negligence on my part, but it hasn't been like a phenomenal year for fantasy defenses, right? Like outside of like the top 5, we really haven't seen a lot of defenses balling out on a consistent basis. So I think if you own the Bucks, they're a team you want to start. If you own the Colts or the Patriots, those are teams that you want to hold on to. Probably put the Bills in there as well. Uh, but geez, I mean, can you guys believe that? I mean, fantasy season's got like 2 weeks left. I can't really believe that myself. This season just absolutely flew by. Absolutely flew by. But yeah, I mean, Patriots, Bucks, Cowboys. Yeah, sorry, I forgot the Cowboys. If you got those top 5 teams, then like you were in a good position. But outside of that, it really wasn't pretty. I mean, right after that, those top 5 guys. Shout out to the burger joint. Really wasn't that pretty this year. I mean, Cardinals, Broncos, Packers, who were very hard to trust at times. Chiefs, who you never wanted to start it because they're the Chiefs. Titans, Saints. I mean, it's just kind of it wasn't a pretty year for defenses. Eagles, I guess. Dolphins, been a better streaming option as of late. But yeah, it just wasn't a great year for fantasy defenses. Rams disappointed you. Vikings disappointed you. Steelers disappointed you. Bengals and Niners at times have been okay, but still. All right, Jalen Hurts rolling around on 2nd and 14, out of bounds. Out of bounds. All right, Washington's up 10-0, man. Playing all right. Chiefs had a good run, and their schedule isn't terrible. Yeah, I think that they're one of these teams that we can probably trust going into the playoffs as well, or finishing out the playoffs. I do think that they're in a good position now, but they haven't been a consistent team on the year. What's the update on James Conner and Chris Godwin? I have not gotten any update on James Conner. I haven't seen anything. I can take a look in a second here, though. But for Godwin, he's out for the regular season. They are expecting to get him back for the playoffs, but he will not be. If you own him in fantasy, if I'm not mistaken, you might want to double check. But you can go ahead and drop him. I mean, he's not going to do any favors for the rest of the year, unfortunately. Let me take a look at Connor, though. My favorite player in the league. Let's see. He was a non-participant in today's practice. Yeah, he'll be day by day. We probably won't get a legit update on him. He gets the Colts and Dallas the next 2 weeks, so he does have arguably the most difficult schedule to finish out the year, him and Edmonds together. So, yeah, I might be fading James Conner. Yeah, which I never thought I'd say on the season, but I might be fading James Conner. I mean, banged up, 2 of the best front sevens in football. Edmund, I mean, the Cardinals are they're not in a great position right now, So, yeah, I mean, that's a bad update on James. I mean, one of my favorite players all season long, too. It looks like the Eagles just got, holding call. After they picked up a 4th down, they'll have to replay. Yeah, not really a good update for either of those players, Oz. I apologize. So they're not going to go for it now. Yeah. 4th and 4. I mean, I say just go for it. Don't you have a 4-yard play somewhere in there? Richard, you know what Harbaugh does with my favorite player in the league? Leave him on the bench and blow 2-point conversions. So apparently there was some leaked audio from the sidelines. I don't know exactly what it was all about, but there was leaked audio of them or John Harbaugh talking to some of his players about that decision, and basically said, "Should we go for 2 and win it all?" Something like that. Something like that. I don't know if that really gave you any insight there. Matt Bro, I'm only up 6. He has Gibson. Maybe, just maybe, Gibson doesn't get 6 more. Gibson's hurt. Gibson's hurt. So you might luck out here, Matt. Gibson's hurt. We'll see if he comes back. Oz, damn, my playoffs start this weekend. Figured. That's rough. There's some good waiver wire options, man. Let me know what your roster is looking like. Let us know how we can help, man. There, 2 big losses. Don't get me wrong, but there's definitely you can definitely overcome this. Richard, if only they had the greatest kicker in NFL history. If only. Yeah, why wasn't he talking to Justin Tucker on the sidelines, man? Matt, wait, no way. Yeah. Yeah. That's why Patterson was in on the last drive. I don't know how serious it is. This got brought up at the beginning of the stream by our boy Shelton. Gibson was in the injury tent, and then Patterson came out on the next drive. So I don't know how serious it is. I don't know if he's coming back, but I don't know if they're going to rest him. He's got a history of injuries on the season. I liked him in this matchup, and for those of you who need Gibson, have a good night. I hope he comes back. For our boy Matt in the opposite boat, I hope he doesn't come back. But I hope everyone finds a way to win. How's everyone's outlook looking moving into week 16? It's a tough week 15, man. This was the week to have a bye week, man. This was the week to have a bye week. Kyle started Gaskin, Ayuk, Brady, but we on the playoffs, baby. Let's go, Kyle. Semis, let's go, baby. Let's go. Love to hear it, man. Love to hear it. Good stuff. Yeah, Gibson's not out there. Gibson's not out there, man. And this is a whole new drive. Gibson's not out there. Now, it'd be so insane if he doesn't come back. He might not. I haven't seen anything. I mean, I'm watching with subtitles because I can't have the audio playing through the stream, but I haven't seen or heard anything. But he's not in on this drive. Ash lost Kelsey, but have AB next round. Yeah, thank you, Ash. Thank you. That's a update we haven't gotten to tonight. Yeah, Kelsey and Hill going into week 16 of the fantasy playoffs. Kelsey and Hill, when you need them the most, on the COVID list. We'll see. I mean, if they're vaccinated, they have time to come back. Did Patterson just fumble? Eagles and Washington arguing over who has the football. Ref saying Washington has it. Richard, going to the Super Bowl next week in my money league and semis next week in my trash talk work league. Let's go. And facing me in the Catch Fam Toilet Bowl, the most important matchup of the week, Richard. Oz, do you think the Colts can still get the division? I do. Yeah. I think right now they're a better team than the Titans. I do. How does that end of season schedule look? Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up for the Titans. For the Titans, yeah, they took Patterson out because he fumbled, and Gibson is not. It's Williams, so that's good for you, Matt. Let's see. The Titans play San Francisco, Miami, and Houston. I mean, it's definitely possible they lose one or two of those games. And then let's look at the Colts here. Not Pittman. Wow, that's who I pulled up as an example. The Colts are going to be facing Arizona, Las Vegas, and Jacksonville. That's really hit or miss between the two teams, but yeah, I do think that the Colts can catch up. I do. Washington fails to convert on third down here to Mr. Scary Terry McLaurin. I mean, just need to throw that a second sooner. Linebacker made a good play there. Patrick, what's going on, man? Appreciate you being here. What's up, guys? Week 16 defense Atlanta defense versus Detroit. Who do you like? I have the bye. I need to win. My opponent has Hill and Eckler. I need to ship. Hopefully, home league. I would play Detroit, but I don't like either of these options. I don't like either of these options. Are those the only defenses available? Who does Detroit have next week? Let's see. I'll pull it up. I mean, I guess Detroit looked okay last week, right? Let's see. Okay, so you're asking Atlanta versus Detroit. I would play the Patriots defense personally. I would stick with the Pats. I would stick with the Pats. Here's my thesis, right? I mean, the Patriots are number one defense. They might move to number two. They get the Bills. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. I just don't like. I've never understood start a bad defense against a good or a banged up offense. The defense is still bad, you know. And we're talking about Atlanta. Okay, this is not the worst defense in the league, but the 28th, the 29th in the league. So I would just stick with the Patriots. I mean, they have far more playmakers on the defensive side of things than the Falcons will. So I like the idea, but I don't at the same time. I would play the Patriots. Richard, at least nine of us will get the Sacco Bowl trophy in the Catch Fam League. Sure, fair enough. Matt Gibson was on the field there. Oh, was he really? I didn't see him. My bad. Chauncey TV, hey, thanks for your advice and analysis. You were right in regards to Julio, Josh Reynolds, KJ Osborne. Half point PPR out of the playoffs now, though, because had Mixon and Kamara. Damn. Doesn't that suck, man? I mean, you make all the right moves with, you know, the small names, and then, you know, your round one and round two or round one and round three players burn you in the playoffs. Hey, I appreciate you, Chauncey TV, man. I appreciate you being a part of the Catch fam this season, man. And feel free to continue to drop by the streams. You know, we appreciate you, man. And I hate to see it, man. But hey, this was a really tough year, fantasy football. And this was a really tough week 15 as well. And I will now bring on our honorary guest of the night, the man we've all been waiting for. Steven Scott is here.
What's cracking? What's cracking?
Hey.
Oh,
Forgot I
how
had
is?
headphones on when Steven's here.
Okay, yeah. How's it hanging, man?
You know, it's hanging. It's hanging. Just sitting back. I'm assuming you have Washington and Philly, right?
Yeah, got Washington Philly on. I guess the East Coast doesn't have access to this Rams Seahawks game, which I didn't really know about. So that was a little depressing. I don't know if you are aware of kind of my fantasy stake in this game, but I am very much so rooting for Tyler's team. So I need Cooper Cup to outperform both Antonio Gibson and Henderson. And so I don't know what's going on in the
I
Rams
don't
game,
either.
but Gibson obviously had the touchdown on that first drive.
He's hurt.
Wait, is he actually hurt?
Yeah, but he apparently
Yes!
just
Yes!
came back. He apparently just
Fuck.
came back.
Fuck. Well, I saw
But Matt,
Patterson fumble. That was huge.
yeah, and then they took him out. But our boy Matt has Gibson against him and is up by 6.
Well, I hate
Uh,
Gibson, guys. I hate him. You guys know I hate Gibson, so let's go against him.
the only thing that's happened in the Rams game is Matt Gay has kicked a 55-yard field goal.
Of course he has, because he's absolutely badass.
Yeah, he is. So that's the only thing that I've seen. Yeah, there's like no way other than a box score to keep up with it.
Super whack, man. I mean, this is
But
what the
Gibson
NFL didn't want, I guess.
Gibson already has like 11 points.
Even with the fumble.
Yeah. I don't think Tyler's gonna. I mean, Cup has 3 points, and that first half's almost over.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Dude, and it's crazy because I mean, just to give some background, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys out there that your rosters were probably decimated with COVID, or you were in matchups where COVID was a big play. Probably looking like that's going to be the case again next week with the Chiefs, everything. But yeah, I mean, dude, Tyler's team was projected to win by 60 points, and
yeah.
he just
Kelsey,
shit the bed, bro. Yeah, Kelsey had 36 to start the week off. Nuts.
So Kelsey and Hill both on the COVID list.
And Harrison Butker, dude. Don't
Oh,
forget about him, dude.
isn't that sad, dude? The only alerts I got were Hill and Kelsey, and
Dude,
I don't even know about Butker.
no love to a top 10 kicker? Come on
No,
now.
that's
That's
just
ridiculous.
that's disrespect. Yeah. So, did you see the interception off Dallas Goddard's foot?
That was so cool because it was
That was
like when
cool.
you're watching it and it's like I thought the play was dead. And then it's like because the guy could have returned that for a touchdown. So it could potentially have been like a big play. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
they still scored on that drive though, right? So
they did.
yeah, so it ended up not being massive, but I mean, imagine if they could have had a pick six and instead they had to settle for a field goal or something.
And now the Eagles drive in here,
Hmm.
first and goal. But not a great. I mean, if you started Jalen Hurts, he's not off to a good start.
Yeah, you know him though, man. I would not be surprised if he finished
Yeah,
with 20 fantasy points. He's
yeah,
going to play an absolutely shitty real game, and he's going to finish with 20 points. I
yeah.
mean, dude, I don't know how much you've already been talking about it, but the the fact of the rushing, I mean, it's kind of it gives you such a nice floor that, dude, I'm looking at Huntley as a potential stream this week.
So we did kind of touch on the beginning of the stream. Emily asked a question here. Is he a top five quarterback if Lamar sits out? I actually am kind of hesitant around it. Okay. Green Bay in the bottom 20 against opposing quarterbacks. Next 2 weeks, you got Cincinnati and the Rams, number 8, number 7 against opposing quarterbacks. So uh, I get it. I think there are a lot of factors in the last week's performance, including just game script. I mean, the Packers defense played very, very poorly last week as well.
Yeah,
So
really weird.
yeah, it was strange.
They were like a really good start defensively,
Yeah,
and then that happens. I was starting
I
the Packers in one league.
I'm hesitant around it. I am. So
I tell you this, please don't be going after him on the waivers because I'm going
I'm
to
not.
start him over Josh Allen.
Yeah, I'm not going after him.
What do you think about that? Josh Allen had 16 points, I think, or was it 16 or 20? He might have had 20 against
He finished a good
Carolina.
stat line. Yeah, he finished a
I
good
don't know if
stat.
it's good. I mean, it was a dreadful week for quarterbacks, but I mean, it was decent. But I mean, I really don't like him against New England. I don't like him at all. Like I know you're saying like it's Josh Allen and all, but dude, like that Patriots
20
defense, like
points.
I get that they just got their shit kicked in by the Colts running game, but they should have had 5 interceptions against Carson
Oh,
Wentz. 5
here's
picks.
the here's the thing to look at. Okay, New England is your defense number one against opposing quarterbacks on the season. So, and on the other hand, Josh Allen's your QB1 on the year. So it's like, the last time they played, I mean, although the conditions were there, 11 points from Allen. But personally, if I own Allen, I'm starting him. Yeah.
It
I just
it would
don't,
be pretty horrible to start Huntley and look at your bench and see Josh Allen cook.
I just think that, I mean, I get what you're saying. There's logic there, but it's risky. It's risky.
I tell you what, I'm gonna
And
consider it. I
I think,
have
I mean,
to.
sure,
I have to.
consider it. Uh, I would start Josh Allen, but I don't. I would love to see you lose. So yeah,
I
start
knew you
Huntley.
would.
I mean,
Well, let
yeah,
me can I bring up a couple other guys that I got my eyes on the waiver just to
yeah.
see what your thoughts were. Justin Jackson for me because I got Austin Eckler. I think Justin Jackson going up against the Houston defense. He's a good back when he gets the carries. I think he saw 13 last week, and going up against Houston, I just think that's a really good opportunity to at least get one touchdown. I mean, I think he's a top 20 back if he gets the work.
I like Jackson. I think in your circumstance, being an Eckler owner, it makes sense. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, Ronald Jones, I get that he's kind of like the hot, sexy commodity, but I tell you what, just for the fact that there's 2 weeks left on the season, I don't really care to have him.
Le'Veon Bell got signed today by the Bucks.
Wait, no way. I thought he
Yeah.
was gonna fight. I thought he was in the running for a fight for
I didn't
what's
know
his name?
that.
Logan Paul or whatever. Well,
Oh,
he was
really?
talking shit. He was like, "Why don't you fight somebody that can actually like hit?" And then Logan Paul responded and said that whoever the guy who just beat him said would drop him faster than the Ravens did, which is pretty funny. But yeah, I didn't think Le'Veon Bell was gonna play again this season, so that's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, he's on the Bucks, which is
Nice,
I
classic.
it's crazy. Yeah, so with Ronald Jones, like I think due to sheer volume, or if you're in a deeper league, or if you're hurting at the position, that it makes sense to pick him up. But I don't disagree. I don't think the ceiling's insanely high,
Carolina's run D is serious.
and I don't think that he's as acclimated within this offense as Fournette was. Like Fournette had a chemistry with Brady that Jones doesn't have. Fournette had a chemistry with the coaching staff that Jones doesn't
Yeah.
have. Like if he screws up one thing, they're going to bench him.
He's got a fumbling
Yeah.
problem, and Arians like hates him. Like I don't know what it
I'm
is, but
saying,
Arians
yeah,
does not like this dude.
yeah, that's what I'm
Um,
saying.
I actually just picked him up in Madden in my franchise.
Well,
Uh,
hey,
I almost don't want to say it because I'm going to jinx it, but Jonathan Taylor broke his fibula, so he's out for 35 weeks in my franchise. So I have AJ Dillon, who I traded for, and Ronald Jones and Todd Gurley, and of course Naheem Hines.
in
But
case
yeah.
you guys were wondering, Steven's Madden franchise updates. uh, I think actually this is a strong week for wide receivers on the waiver wire, if anything.
Really?
I
That's
mean,
good for
Gabe
me.
Davis, Russell Gage, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, not in our
Yeah.
personal league per se, but in
Yeah.
general, Antonio Brown got dropped in a lot of leagues and is
Yep.
now like a lot of people are regretting that. I'm an Antonio Brown faithful. I held on to him myself,
Yeah.
so he might help me win the toilet bowl.
I think he's a
As
league winner. If you
oh
if you
yeah,
do have him, I
yeah,
absolutely think he's a league winner.
yeah,
You mentioned three guys, which will be on the must start receiver video:
because I'm a
Monte
genius.
Brown, Russell Gage, and Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
Antonio Brown, I'll just take a second to break into that. I mean, Godwin being out, AB's got the great chemistry with Tom Brady, and Mike Evans' injury, I think, is more serious than they're letting on.
mhm,
I mean, shit, we were talking about this hamstring injury he had like weeks ago. Like, it's been lingering, it's been around. Like, he's been putting
yeah,
up decent numbers, but because it's Mike Evans, but I mean, he's been banged up. So I think
yeah.
he's a good play. And outside of that, I think Tyler Johnson's the guy. I see Patrick says right here, Scotty Miller is low key too, not bad. I err on the side of it's going to be Tyler Johnson that gets that work. We've seen him get a ton of target volume. Scotty Miller is more of like a deep threat guy, I feel like, with this offense.
Yeah. So the Bucks play the Panthers and the Jets the next 2 weeks.
That Jets game. Ugh. Wow.
Yeah.
Wish Godwin was there for that.
Richard was talking about owning them as a defense. I
Yeah.
actually didn't realize that they're a top 5 defense in fantasy.
Yeah, they kind of they had like a late season push, I feel like, because they had a few weeks where it was just brutal, and then they kind of got a nice little comeback, and they're starting to get healthy too, just like last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Starting to get a little bit healthier, but now their offense is getting
Well,
decimated. So I don't
yeah,
know about that.
and it's like so they play the Panthers, the Jets, the Panthers. They're going to go 3-0 to finish the season.
I
There's no
mean,
doubt
yeah, but
about
the
it.
Packers are going to finish number one in the conference. They're going to
And
get home field again.
well, here's the thing is like the we talked about this last night, right? Well, you weren't here, but we talked about this last night. Like Tom Brady can get it done with these guys. Like they're kind of
Can he? Can
what
he?
they're thrown into that game. Already had a lot going against them, no game plan. But I think with the week of preparation, I mean, he's played with some awful players and made them look great in his career. So I think, yeah, guys like Scotty Miller and Ty Johnson will step up to finish out the year.
Rashawn Perriman.
Perryman, sure.
Once he gets off the list, I think he's on COVID watch right now.
I do think, if anything, this hurts Gronk's value a lot. I think this hurts Gronk's value because if you're an opposing defense, 87's your number one guy
Yeah,
to game
absolutely.
plan against. And we saw that he had 11 targets last week and I think 4 receptions. I mean, Brady was just chucking it up to his guy saying, I hope you can catch this ball. But I think the Bucks will be fine, and I think their defense will step up to finish out the year as well. But I don't disagree that I think, in my opinion, and we talked about this last night, I think the Bucks, the Cowboys, the Packers, those are your best teams in the NFC. And I am personally,
I don't think the Cowboys are.
I'm starting to get low on the Cardinals personally.
Yeah, I mean, well, we kind of talked about why we were fading them all season. Like every time we
Yeah.
talk about those top teams, we were like, we would just never really talk about the Cards. And then recently, I started talking about them. And then what did they do? They lose to the Lions, and they've been looking gross. I mean, ever since Kyler came back, they haven't been the same squad. I mean, this Cliff system, it just kind of seems to get figured out every season at the
Yeah.
back half. They got the Colts this week, and I don't know offhand what the rest of their schedule is, but I think it's really hard. Like, I don't think they have an easy schedule to finish this thing up.
I just don't. I said this last night, okay? I just don't feel like this is a playoff team. Like there's a difference between
No.
there's always every season there's that one or two teams that kill it all during the regular season, but then they have a couple losses where you're like, I don't know about this team if they get to the playoffs. The Ravens are a good example the last couple of years, right? Uh, I don't personally think that the Cardinals are an elite team. I don't. I think they're a
I,
good team. I think they can win a playoff game. I don't think that they stand a chance against those other three teams I just named.
no, and I mean, also, too, I really think the team that's in the division that has probably the best chance to make a Super Bowl push, the 49ers.
I like the
I,
Niners too. Yep.
dude, like, they don't even really have anything that jumps off the page to me in
No.
terms of outside of George Kittle and Debo. It's George
Yeah.
Kittle and Debo. And I
Their
really
defense
think
is playing okay too. Yeah.
you talk about, is it crazy to say the Cards aren't really, that attractive of a playoff play, but am I crazy to say that this 49ers team is in fact like a Super Bowl contender? Like, can they actually get there?
Well, I mean, I think you're trying to make good on your preseason prediction, man.
Here's what I'm saying. Would you take them over every team in their division? Like, would you take them over the Cards? Because right now I think I would, because riding
I
momentum.
yes, I think their momentum is better than the Cardinals, but I do like. I don't know if I like the Niners any more than I like the Rams. Like I think
You're
I could
still
still
on
make
this
an
Rams
argument for
wave,
them.
huh?
Yeah, I mean I'm not crazy on it, but I'm not. I don't think I'm as convinced for the Niners as you are, but I do like the Niners, and I do think that they will make the playoffs, and I think that they can make a playoff push for sure. But I think it's the Packs. Does anyone call them the Packs? The Packers and the Bucks in the NFC Championship game again. Unless the Buccaneers get more injuries and this team just starts to get decimated, but I think it's those two teams.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably not wrong. It's just, I don't know. I think the 49ers can get scrappy with it, but I will say I don't really believe in Jimmy G to go up against either of those quarterbacks.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Before we get back to the chat, which we took a major pause from, thank you guys for coming out tonight, man. I appreciate all you guys hanging out here. But I am interested in this topic with you, which I think you'll enjoy too. Is I brought this up last night as well as I think that the Colts can catch the Titans. I think the Colts can win that division.
That was something I was actually watching this
Yeah,
weekend when I was seeing that Steelers Titans game. I was like, yeah, I mean, the Titans suck right now. And it's not really their fault, to be honest, at
sure,
all. Like,
sure,
Mike
sure.
Vrabel's coaching out of his mind right now because he's throwing it to backup running backs, backup tight ends. Shit, they're lining up at receiver just to fill the spots. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I do think the Colts here, I mean, if they can win this Cards game, this is insane. I mean, what the push that we are putting together, we could look really good come playoff time. And I think we can catch the Titans. I'm not too sure about what their schedule is, but the Titans, they could lose any week. I mean, they're playing the Niners
It's
here. Niners are going to beat them here, I think.
yeah, it's pretty close between the two. But in my opinion, I literally just brought this up. Hold on, I'm gonna bring it back
I
up.
mean, I think the Colts might still lose this Cards game on Christmas Day, but outside of that, I think we run the table. I think we can beat every other squad left.
You guys, I think, have a better schedule. So the Titans are going to be facing San Francisco and Miami, and then they get
Yeah.
Houston. So Houston, I'm like, but didn't Houston
They
beat them?
they beat them the first go around. I don't really think that's gonna happen twice. I also think that come that time, the Texans are probably gonna be jockeying for first pick or better draft pick status.
Yeah, that's probably true. But I think that the Niners and Dolphins will both be competitive games.
Yeah, and the
Don't
Colts
you agree?
have yeah, I do. And the Colts have the Cards, Raiders, Jags, I think. I think that's the way we wrap
I'm
this thing up. And
yes, yes. I'm trying to pull it up, but that sounds correct. My phone is not loading. Okay. Yeah. Cards, Raiders, Jags. So I think
yeah,
that the Colts have a better schedule.
we just gotta start resting JT pretty soon, I
Yeah.
think.
And I said this last night. I think that the Chiefs are still the team to beat in the
Yeah,
AFC.
definitely.
I think that the Colts are right there with them.
Well, I think we have exactly what you need to beat the Chiefs.
But
Like if we were playing each other in the playoffs, I would throw money on the Colts because
here's the
our
only thing.
defense is prevent and our run game can destroy that Chiefs defense.
What's the one problem with the Colts?
Carson Wentz.
Yeah,
Like what? Yeah, we just need to have every game where he throws under 10
yeah.
passes, and that might be too much.
That's what I was saying last time. Like the only issue is that Carson Wentz can single-handedly lose you a football game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. He
yeah,
almost did against the Pats. We were up 20 in the fourth, and he
yeah.
was like, "Oh, let's lose it."
How fitting is it that you get the Colts and Cardinals on Christmas Day?
I know Tyler was already talking shit. You know, we actually talked about going to see this game in person, and I found out it was Christmas Day, and I was like, I can't do that. My mom would kill me. But
Yeah, yeah.
no,
She would.
yeah, I'm pumped for that. I mean, finally get to see like my team play on Christmas. Never thought we'd get on there.
It's some good Christmas games, man. So
Browns, Packers, yeah, that'll be a. I
yeah,
think that'll be a shit show.
yeah. Pack's good, man. They're good.
Yeah,
All right, let's hop back in the chat. Steve and I to get
I like how
some
you said
COD win.
Packs again. Trying to get that
Packs.
going.
It's Madden Ultimate Team, bro. I got to
Yeah.
I'm all about those packs. All right. Patrick, I had the Pats. Okay, wait, I'm sorry we got to this. Ron the Go. What's up, Ron the Go? Oz. I have 97 points. My opponent has 46 with Wilson and Metcalf left. If I win, I'll get the bye next week. That will help me. I think he'll pull that off, man. The way that Seahawks game is going, man. Patrick, thanks, man. Absolutely. I will look for the Eagles if possible, for sure. Oz, I also have Michael Pittman to replace Godwin, but running back is a struggle. Let us know who's available on the waiver if you didn't so already. Is Gaskin too risky this week? So ask Kyle. I would say yes after what happened last week. I only have Carter and Mitchell for RB depth. I mean, I like both of those guys when healthy more.
I don't know if Mitchell's going to play.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. Shelton says Gibson is back. Okay. Thank you for the update. Richard, why is he wearing Cowboys colors? Yeah, what's up with that, Steven?
No, it's my Colts Christmas sweater.
Oh, I got you that.
Yeah. Here.
Hey, look, another beautiful Christmas gift from John to Steven. If you guys have not noticed, there have been no Steven to John gifts on display.
John, did Allison tell you what I got you?
No, she did not.
She better not. I got you something really good this year. I'm not going to lie.
Steven got me some. We'll see, guys. Well, I'm going to do a live stream of me unboxing.
This is a good gift, bro. And I like it's one of those gifts where I was like, damn, really? Is that the price tag?
I don't know what that means. I don't know if that.
It was an expensive one. It was an expensive one. Thanks for that. You hurt my pockets, dude.
Well, it's about time. So, Ron the Goat says, Steven, all caps. Look.
What's up, Ron?
Jane Scott, good hair, Jonna. Thanks. Allison did it. So if you say something, if you say something bad about it, you're insulting my wife. Ron the Goat, LMAO, the excitement for injury. Yeah. Kyle, no one wants to watch Redskins and Eagles. In a weird way, I can always enjoy a Washington game because I'm so used to watching them play awfully.
So, Gilbert out here. I always love to see a little bench warmer quarterback thrown in. This guy was in Boston like a week
He he
ago.
was he was playing okay to start this game.
Yeah, yeah, he was.
It should have been a touchdown to Ricky Seals-Jones. Just
Yep.
slight miscommunication on that play.
Mhm.
Timeout with Henry. What's going on, man? Bro, this is my worst fantasy week. Gaskin, Ayuk, Gronk, and Renfro. This was literally, Steven. I don't know if you agree with this. I think this was the worst round one of the playoffs I've ever seen in my life.
I will take that a step farther and say I think this is the worst week of worst week of fantasy ever, like of
I
all time. Do you remember that photo I sent you? Have we gone over that yet?
Yeah, I brought that up last night. I gave you
You did?
credit
Did you
too.
go
Gave you
through it?
credit. Yeah,
Did you go through?
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was ridiculous, bro. That was
Uh,
ridiculous.
I mean, literally, I think me and Ben in our personal league are the only teams over 100 points. Maybe you too.
I got over by like 2 points, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
it's
just more proof I should have made the playoffs because I would have beaten
oh
everyone
yeah,
this week,
of course, you would have
Uh,
won.
but I mean, I was looking around, dude, and it's like it was really bad this week. I mean, a lot of your big names just burnt you. Uh,
Yeah,
it was bad.
I mean, we kind of knew too it was going to be shaky with everything that happened with COVID. But you know what's scary, man? Is it? I already talked about it with the Chiefs, but dude, this could happen again next week. I
Mhm.
mean, with Eckler down, Bosa on the Chargers also. I think he's now out too. So it's like,
So
shit.
I brought this up earlier in the stream, but yeah, I heard this on NFL Network earlier today. 10% of the league is tested positive.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
dude.
Now
That
a
is
lot of those,
crazy.
I mean, that includes practice squads and third, fourth stringers and coaching staff, but still, that's a lot, dude. That's a lot.
And it's a lot too because if they're testing positive, you got to imagine they are with the other people in their position groups at
Yeah,
least, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's just gonna be
Thank God
uh,
kickers are not the most popular position because at least other than Bucker, nobody else is touched right now.
God bless Bucker. Did you know that he's like a full out priest?
Wait, really? Oh my gosh, I
Yeah,
was like perfectly
yeah,
synced up then.
yeah.
No
He's
way.
yeah. Shelton Gibson hurt his toe. Okay, okay. Yeah, Jalen Hurts just shy of the end zone there, down at the one.
Yeah, yeah,
We're on the go. I bet on the Cardinals to shut out the Lions. Their defense got 5 points. Yikes. Patrick,
yeah.
I have McKissick. Nice. My team is ready to F him up. Let's go. Let's go, Patrick. We're on the goat. If I didn't go against Kelsey, I would have won this week. Yeah, I mean, Kelsey and Andrews, man. Those are
Andrew's like a
like
bad boy, brother.
the
He's a
two
bad
players
boy.
that won you a game this week. Patrick, Kamara, Monty, uh, Pirine, now McKissick, excellent. There we go. Oh, and
Mm,
Foreman. Chauncey, the convo between you both is fun, nice chemistry. Nice. Good to hear that feedback.
yeah, it's good
So
that my sexiness can overcome John's, you know, unsexiness.
there you have it.
Talk about chemistry.
There you have it. Patrick, is he out for good, Shelton? We'll see. We'll see. I
I
still
think I
haven't
saw
seen
him
him in
back
the
in.
field.
I think I saw him
Yeah.
back in.
Patrick Rogers could be the MVP again. Yeah. Yeah.
He should be, but I don't think the media is going to give it to him.
No, they don't. They don't like him.
No.
Especially after he was on Pat McAfee show today. He was wearing a hoodie that was like all black and just small letters just said cancel culture.
No
Like,
way.
yeah.
Dude, A-Rod doesn't give a damn, bro.
No,
He doesn't give a
no.
damn.
Someone commented in the live chat. They're like, "Why are they interviewing that Aaron Rodgers lookalike from the crowd?" I thought it was funny. Patrick Allen is opposite, awesome. He's going to crush week 17, 18. The Pats will be tough. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Pats are good. Yeah. Jalen Hurts stumbles in for a touchdown. About to tie up this game. Devonta Smith limping off the field. Yeah, I saw that earlier. Risky biz on Ronald Jones. Flex only. I agree. Jay
Mhm.
Phil, what's going on? Does Tyreek play? I hope so. I mean, the good news is they did change the protocols, right? If you're vaccinated and asymptomatic, 2 negative tests, you can come back, right? So we'll see.
And I will say this. They from everything I've heard so far is the players that have come out already that are, on positive or at least in the protocol, there's a lot more to come potentially. So this might be a game similar to the Browns or the Seahawks Rams game where they get postponed, right? And if it gets postponed, you've got a little bit more time.
Yeah.
I forget if Hill was vaccinated or not, but obviously that comes into effect too.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's not like in order to find that out, it's not like public information. You have to have an insider report it.
Yeah,
So
I would
something.
just I would just say watch the receiver video that gets dropped this week and pay attention to the streams. Scour your wires once the waivers are coming out because you need to have a replacement for Hill.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
my biggest takeaway.
yeah, and this is a good week for receivers. So,
Yeah.
Richard, I walked back and heard Steven say JT broke his fibula. I was like, wait, what? Patrick Scotty Miller's low key too. No, not bad. Yeah. Shelton, wait. Did he just say JT broke his fibula? And Steven's Madden game. Yes.
Dude, it was so whack too. Like it was literally like the easiest tackle ever. Like somebody like pushed him and then the injury comes up, broken fibula. And I was like, bro, what the hell? My grandma broke her
Yeah.
fibula.
It is weird, like in Madden, if you have injuries on, if you play online, if you play MUT, you play head to head, you don't get injuries. If you play in franchise, it's like
All day.
broken groin out for 7 years.
Yeah.
Like your best player too. So I always pro tip for those of you who play franchise, if you sim your off season, turn injuries off while you sim your off season, turn them back on when you start, because if you don't, you're gonna have like 7
Yeah.
players and you're gonna be like, wait, where's I don't know, Stephon
Aaron
Diggs?
Rodgers, right?
Where's Aaron Rodgers? Yeah.
Yeah. You'll start a franchise and you'll be like, this is the only player I want to play with. And then after preseason clears, you'll be like, oh, wait, A-Rod and Adams are out for the
Yeah.
season with
Yeah.
root canals.
Yeah.
I'll be like, wait, I didn't know you could get a root canal on Madden. Like
It's
they
pretty
make
bad.
up injuries and shit
Yeah.
to happen in this game.
Bucks will be a good bet next week. Mad Tom, no clear front runner yet. Maybe Green Bay. My opinion. San Francisco, yes, doing well. Colts are built better. Yes, love it, Patrick. Spoke to the cat. Not watching the game, but what's going on with Russell and Penny? Unfortunately, I can't tell you because I can't watch the game. I can pull up. We might as well just get you guys some sort of update here. Russie Wilson has got 3 points. And then we wanted Penny, who I thought would have a decent game tonight. Let's take a look at Penny.
He's on my squad.
I don't care. Rashad Penny has
1.5
1.5 points.
Yeah.
There's like no in between when the Rams and Hawks play each other. It's either like a
That's
9-6. It's 9-6, or it's like 38-31. Like there's no in between. Jane says, "Shut up, Steven. Stop giving away Christmas presents." Allison did great. Okay, I'll let her know, Jane. Thank you. She'll appreciate that. Yeah, shut up, Steven. Patrick, Friendsness. I'm out, boys. Talk more fantasy next week. Ciao, fellas. Peace out, Patrick. Thanks for hanging.
See that.
Tucker is classically trained opera singer. Really?
Wow.
Richard? I didn't know that.
Dude, Richard loves himself some Justin Tucker. I do know that.
Richard loves himself is all I thought you were going to say.
Just end it there.
Yeah. Let's see here. So with the cat, is Ronald still worth a start with Bell being signed? Yeah, I don't personally think Bell really impacts that at all. And he's got signed to the practice squad, kind of same timeline as when he was with the Ravens. He has to be elevated, all that stuff. So they're really signing him for insurance. But no, I think that Ronald Jones is still the guy to own there. Shelton says, I think so. Yeah, I agree. Kels 22. Najee, what a bust. Yeah, another player who flopped on you guys, hurt you guys.
The top guys did.
All the top guys did. I mean, look, if just scroll through your fantasy leagues if you guys haven't already. I mean, there's a handful of plays this week. A handful.
3 points for Najee.
Yeah.
3 points for Cordero Patterson.
Yeah, Patterson. I mean, he got a touchdown taken away. Did you see the
That
replay?
was bullshit.
Yeah.
What the hell was that, man?
Yeah, he got a touchdown taken away.
That was like giving a man a Cordero Patterson and cheese and taking away half the pounder.
Yeah.
That was whack.
My league didn't grant number 1 and 2 teams bye, and guess what? My team flops first round. Yikes.
What kind of league is that, man? No first team bye? That's whack.
Week 15 was, I mean, I had some of you guys coming through last couple nights saying, "Man, I'm bored. I'm on bye week," and I'm like, "You should be happier on bye week."
It's
I mean,
critical.
I
Critical.
knew it was pretty critical being in the toilet bowl bye week. It was just kidding, but uh, seriously though, this was the week to have a bye week, man. Yeah.
I mean, you beat me in sleeper league in the Catch Fam League. You beat
Well,
me,
that was a given. I mean, I was going to beat you no matter what
dude.
happened.
That was such bullshit, bro. I can't believe I started David Johnson to get you, sued. That was so dumb.
I put like my two best plays on the bench too. I was trying to help you.
Well, Mike Evans, out in the first like 30 seconds or whatever.
Excuses, whatever,
Yeah.
Steven. Smoking the cat, man. I can't play Russell next week. Yeah, but you can play him the week after.
I don't know, man. I mean, you see, I was looking at this in the receivers. I was looking at like DK Metcalf. Like, I think he'll be a decent play against the Bears. Russell Wilson, the 3 games leading up to this game against the Rams, I mean, he's been better every week. He had 20 points last week.
He's got 3 points right now.
I mean, yeah, that's not good. It's not a good in the moment thing to say, but I mean, I don't know. I will say this: I
No,
would
I
rather
don't
take a guy
disagree.
like Justin Fields.
I like Russ the next 2 weeks. I do.
What do you think about Justin Fields?
Well, here's an interesting thing with the Bears at this point in the season. They're gonna see what can we get out of Justin Fields. What do we have here? What situations can we put him in? This is the best practice you can get. I think the Bears will do everything they can, not necessarily to win these next couple games,
But to see
but
him,
yeah, I mean they're looking that is the one player on this team, maybe outside of his makers like Darnell Mooney, uh, maybe a little bit Montgomery. I hope this team isn't giving up on Montgomery, but I
do you
mean
have a
even
waiver
guys
on
like
him?
on who
Fields.
Fields, no, but I mean they're out of the playoffs is the bottom picture, and uh, also Nagy's on his way out. I don't care what anyone says. Nagy's on his
He
way out.
sucks, bro. Yeah, the Bears they just don't fire coaches mid-season. Like that's just
No.
not what they do. I kind of think
It,
if you that was a dreadful game, but if you watched it, I mean, the offense definitely did better when they allowed Fields to push it.
he missed some throws though. He did. There are some plays that he missed, but there are also opportunities that his skill position players missed too. So I don't disagree with you, but you gotta let our boy David Montgomery get loose too. Come on, man.
I know, I know.
Uh, but at the same time, yeah, I think they're basically auditioning to other potential head coaches. What do we have to offer you in this young talent? Because I do think that Fields could be good in the league,
Yeah, I
but
do too.
I do worry about the organization he's with and what they're willing to surround him with, and also like the staple of this team over the past couple years. Because I mean they've been above 500 the first 3 years with Matt Nagy as a head coach. The staple's been the defense, and their defense looks bad. Like if you go back 2 seasons ago, season ago, I mean the secondary wasn't this. I mean they're banged up. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
they've never been this bad. And their front seven's okay right now, but they got to get some help on the defense, and they've got to surround Justin Fields. I mean, okay, actually, ignore the defense, ignore the skill position players. They need an offensive line. Like they need everything. Like they've got. I do think that they have the quarterback, um, but they got a lot of problems too.
Didn't they draft a rookie that was like really good? He was like in the top, like I think he was like in the top first or second round that they grabbed him, and then they kind of paired him up to protect Fields. And in the preseason, he got some like serious injury, and I think he missed the whole year. But I need to look that up. But yeah, the O line of the Bears needs to be resolved. But just in
Sure.
terms of like this week, the reason I brought up Fields, he's actually put up good fantasy numbers. I mean, we talked about Jimmy Garoppolo last week as being a guy, and we didn't really talk about Justin Fields, who has that rushing upside. I mean, the guy had 20 points against the Vikings, I believe, and going up against Seattle. I kind of like that. I kind of like that matchup there.
Yeah, and I didn't dislike him this past week. I just thought there were some better options who all played awful, like Tua, Jimmy
Jimmy
G, and
Garoppolo to a
Ben
sucked, both of them.
Roethlisberger played bad, and who else was out there? I don't know. Everyone played bad though. Tyler
Yeah.
Huntley was the only stream of the week.
Yeah. Yeah. Huntley
So
came out. I don't even think Taysom Hill did much.
No, that was the other one. Hill had an awful game. That was the other one I
Yeah,
couldn't remember. Yeah. So Fields, I think Fields may have had a better game than all those guys. So it's
I
hard to
think he
say.
did. Yeah,
Um, Minnesota's a defense we want to exploit when we can, though.
for sure.
Richard loves himself and Justin Tucker at the same time. Have you seen Tucker's wife? Yowza. I haven't, but I mean, if you're a kicker, you got a good looking wife. That's a
Oh, of
fact.
course.
Yeah,
It's a perk.
that's a part of life. If you are an NFL kicker, your wife is good looking. Everyone knows
Yep.
this.
Mhm.
Oz, Sean Reynolds, Justin Jackson, Lions guy I can't pronounce, Amir, Burkhead, Mike Davis, McNichols, Breida are on my waivers in case I must replace James Conner. Reynolds is who I like right now, and I like Justin Jackson. I think those are your two best opportunities.
What if Williams is back?
I like, dude. I don't ask me why. I think Reynolds is who they want because he runs
26 times, wasn't it?
he
He saw the
runs
ride.
yeah, like he's the most similar to DeAndre Swift in terms of a 3 down back.
Yeah.
And then I think they continue to use Williams as RB2, kind of like what they did when they had Swift healthy. So
I'd be
I don't get me wrong. There's no way of telling what the Lions are going to do. It could be completely wrong. I liked Jefferson the past couple weeks, and that has not been the guy. So I could be wrong.
I just think Reynolds going up against Atlanta does present like absolute value. When I was talking earlier
Sure,
about
sure.
some running backs like Justin Jackson, I definitely was going to bring up Reynolds. And I mean, Samaje Perine, I guess, also is a dart throw, but
Mhm.
or did he get a little banged up too? I don't know. But Justin Jackson is completely dependent on Austin Eckler. Reynolds somewhat dependent on Williams, but it's like if both those guys come back, if Eckler and Williams comes back, I don't know if I'm touching either Reynolds or Justin Jackson, which is kind of the shitty thing about it. Like I kind of need these guys to be the lone back for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
But
It's a tough situation. Ronald Jones is another guy to look at Oz if he's available too. And I like Pirine as well. I like Pirine as well. Let's see here. Clap nuts. What's going on, man? Hope you're doing well. Always good to have you here. Give Steven a little giggle. Any running backs on the waiver worth an ad PPR league, or is it Jamal Williams worth a start at Atlanta? So kind of same thing we just went over there. So Ronald Jones, we're gonna have to keep an eye on the Lions backfield. I like Reynolds. You could argue for Williams. Last time we streamed Williams, he didn't do much of anything. Pirine, Jackson, those would be the next backs to
yeah,
look at as well. Jordan Howard should be coming back for Philly. Can make an
yeah,
argument there. It's tough, but yes, Atlanta's a great matchup, so we definitely want to keep an eye on the Lions running backs as well.
yeah,
Marky Mark, what's going on, Mark? What's up, peoples? What's good, bro? Up by 3 right now. Who do you have against you, Mark? Who do you have playing?
yeah.
What's the sitch? What's the
We
sitch,
need a
bro?
report.
We need to know. Shout out Steven, kickers and defense videos. There you go, Steve.
Shout out to you, Mark and Mark.
There you go. Getting Steven excited. So must start defenses did drop last night. Make sure you guys go check that out. Drop a like, drop a comment. It does help out the channel. Must start kickers will drop tonight as well. So go check that out tonight when it drops. Drop a like, drop a comment. Calvion, I picked up Ronald Jones last week. Good work. Good work. Oz, I have Ronald Jones and Dearness Johnson. Hopefully someone will stand out. Calvion says same. Oh, Mark, you know, Jay, I was down by 1. That's right. That's
Mhm.
right. Okay, so you're up by 3. So you're good. You're good. You won. Okay, because I was worried. I was worried when I saw that Henderson's getting off to a slow start. Because yeah, you get some tough choices to make. And we decided on Henderson, who's disappointed. This is gonna be one of those freaking Seahawks
Another.
Rams field goal game.
I wouldn't be surprised if the only people to score are Jason Myers and Matt Gay in this game. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Matt Gay might be your MVP of the week, man.
Yeah. Hey, I will say this in the kicker video. I do a lot. There's a lot of Christmas festivities going on in this video. It's a fun one. It's a
Ooh,
fun one.
ooh.
And Matt Gay's in that video, man. Matt Gay is
Anticipation.
definitely in that video.
I do miss Matt Gay being on my team. I miss
Oh,
him.
he's so good, dude. He's so good.
Kyle's Parker still a play with Waddle. Um,
I don't think
crap.
so.
Who did the Dolphins play this week?
Saints. No.
Maybe.
Really?
That's the worst. The worst part of this defense is the secondary outside of Lattimore. I think if Waddle plays, Lattimore gets Waddle, and that could leave some opportunities for Parker. That's
Dude,
the
did you
only.
see Tua play last week?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the
Like, I
Saints
think the
defense is
Saints
playing
defense
better
is
than they
going to
have.
get the job done
It's
against
fair.
this offense. They're going to
Parker,
completely dismantle that run game.
it's definitely far different than playing the Jets. Parker's value is completely tanked. I mean, he is someone that you can consider dropping, but I will say there's a chance that I think he has an okay game. But even with what he did last week, if he didn't score that touchdown, he didn't have a good game. I mean,
Yeah,
from a fantasy perspective. So,
he
and
was the
yeah,
only guy there.
it took some time for this Dolphins offense to get going and for Waddle to get going as well. So, and then you get freaking. I mean, who could have called that Gaskin wasn't going to play? I mean, he played, but who could have called? I mean, I told so many of you guys to start Gaskin just because it's a Jets defense, and then we get
Duke
freaking Duke
Johnson.
Johnson out there. I'm like,
Dude, he had a
who?
great game, too. Duke played
Yeah.
really well.
Oh, I know. Because he's going up against the Jets defense. Of course, he played well.
I
It's
think
the
he's
worst
going to
team in the
take over the
league.
backfield, though, to be honest.
I
Dude,
mean, yeah.
Gaskin really was super inefficient. Like, if you look at his yards per
Yeah.
carry on the season, it was like, it was horrible. Like, I think he was like worst in the league amongst starting running backs. Like, he was not efficient.
Duke Johnson season. All right, Kelvion down by 12 with only Stafford playing. Bro, we got to get Stafford rolling here,
Holy
man.
crap.
Yeah, we got to get him going.
Yeah, you were probably thinking you were safe with this. Matt
Yeah.
Staffy going up against the Seahawks.
There's time. There's time. That's for
Yeah.
sure. Mark, my opponent played everyone, and I had RB2 left, and I was down by 1. Let's go. Let's go. Marky Mark, hey, Steven Dalsty has been kicking ass for me, and I picked up Prater, but I'm going to try to drop him for Elliott. What do you think of that move, Steven? Prater for Elliott.
Yeah, let me pull up just because I'm having a little bit of a brain fart on my boy Elliott right now. But I believe he has a really juicy matchup as well. But I will say this, Dallas's defense is absolutely insane, man. I mean, we
You have
talked
to
about
start
it.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it kind of whole season too, that like this backstretch for the Dallas Cowboys, like they have one of the best strengths of schedule. And now they're getting to reap that, right? They're going up against these weak teams. Elliott right now is 4 points against Washington. He gets to go up against the Giants right after these guys, and I think this is going to be another good spot here. 23rd against the kicker position. Last time he played the Giants, though, he got 1 point, but I wouldn't read too much into that. I mean, that offense, they were kind of having a surprisingly horrible game.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know who else is out there at the kicker spot there. But I do think Elliott's a good grab as well.
There you have it from our kicker official. Kyle, lineup for next week right now: Brady and Robinson, Carter and Jefferson, Moore and Fearmouth, or Fant, Cooks, and Parker. Bench is Edmonds, Odell, Pittman, and Mitchell. So yeah, you start Brady. You have to. He'll bounce back. He'll be fine. Robinson, yeah, you gotta start him. Now Carter, you can. If Mitchell's healthy, you can make that swap. You can consider that. Jefferson's fine. Moore played okay this past week, but you can consider Odell or even Pittman there too.
I would put OBJ in.
OBJ's been playing great, although tonight's not a good example. Fearmouth or Fant, I would go Fearmouth, especially with Teddy B out. I think Parker's a fade here in comparison to the rest of these receivers. Edmonds is a fade for me as well. I mean, if even if Connor's out with the injury, which I personally cursed myself. Anytime I start talking about a player, they get hurt. The Cardinals haven't the Colts, and then they have Dallas. We might be fading Connor even if he's healthy.
Yeah.
These are not good matchups. So I think you go. I think go with Robinson for sure, and then if Mitchell's healthy, you play him. But if he's not, then yeah, you got to go Carter there. So yeah, but it's not a bad lineup. Fant's disappointed me in the playoffs, man. Good thing I didn't trade for him. Marky Mark says good point, Steven. Shelton, I have Tyreek, but now since he's on COVID list, who would you and Steven consider starting as a wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2? Scary Terry, Brandon Ayuk, Parker. For me, it's McLaurin and Ayuk.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm right there with you too. I mean, Ayuk was so disappointing this week, but on my team, I'm also staring down the barrel. I just lost Chris Godwin, and Ayuk's just got everything right in his lap. I mean, he's a great option every week. It's just, does he hit or not? You're really banking on the touchdown for sure.
Yeah, it is kind of the tough part. If Goff plays, I would look at not only Amon-Ra St. Brown, he might not be available, but Josh Reynolds. I would look for Gabriel Davis. I would look for Russell Gage.
Not Gabe
There,
Davis, dude. Really against the Pats? I feel like you're
yeah,
underestimating this Pat's like ability to shut down players at the receiver
yeah, but they're
position.
gonna look at Dawson Knox. They're gonna look at Stephon Diggs. That's the advantage on an offense like this going up against a good defense. Is Gabriel Davis is in the position where he's a wide receiver 3 when Cole Beasley's out there too. Um, so I don't disagree with what you're saying, but if you're in that bad of a position, it's at least an option, you know. So yeah, I
I
don't
don't.
disagree with what you're saying though.
But would you recommend starting Gabe Davis over Ayuk or McLaurin?
No, but if you need depth, you want options. It's an
Yeah, I will
option.
say McLaurin. I'm definitely not high on either.
Sure.
I mean,
Mark,
Dallas is not the
sorry.
easiest.
Top 5 kickers available: Elliott, Suckup, Boswell, Gold, and Sanders.
I like Gold this week a lot going up against Tennessee. He's been a guy who hasn't burnt you over the past month or so now. Um, So I feel like he's going to give you a very solid floor. Suckup is coming off of a skunker, 0 points. Going up against Panthers, I mean, I think he'll do a little bit better, but I don't love Suckup. Boswell is definitely a guy you can roll with here. Going up against the
Yeah.
Chiefs, so one of the hardest against the kicker position, but Chiefs are obviously having their own issues. I think I would lean Gold here or take a shot on a guy like Elliott. But, I would stay away from Suckup and Sanders for sure.
Kyle, also have Ayuk in a waiver. Ayuk could be an option too, but there's a lot of risk with that receiving core, man. That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks. I mean, I'm not in love with McLaurin, especially since we don't know who's playing. Quarterback is Miles Sanders. Oh my god, I thought he was going to break that. That was a big run. But that's tough, Kyle. Where's your headspace at on who you think you should start? Evan got my round W. Let's go, Evan. Shout out to you, bro. So with that said, for next week, I need to start 3. Eckler, if healthy, Monty, Jacobs, and Mitchell. Yeah, you got to start Eckler if he plays. That's for sure. I mean, even this past week, I told you guys that I was a big fan of Eckler. Like you just have to start the man, and I think Steven agreed with that as well. And he scored when hurt. I mean, he's going to get the opportunities. And outside of that, I think here's the thing. I think you start Mitchell if he's healthy, and I think you start Monty as well. But if Mitchell doesn't play, then he can play Jacobs. But I'm telling you guys, I'm not sitting Monty, but he really disappointed me last week as well.
Yeah, I would ask who's on your waivers because with Eckler and Mitchell, if you want 3, you got to start looking at your third because both these guys might be out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's freaking Montgomery, man. He's got Seattle. I think you got to start him. I get it. He disappointed us against Minnesota. Seattle's the second to last worst team in the league. So I also have CH. I think you still go Eckler, Monty, Mitchell are your best options. Who do you like more, Jacobs or CH?
CH, I
Yeah,
just think Jacobs going up against Denver is a little bit tougher. It
sure.
will be interesting to see how this Broncos team plays with Drew Lock under center,
Yeah.
the Mr. Wannabe rapper himself.
Hey, don't hate on Drew Lock, bro. As a backup plan, I think he's fine as a backup plan. How did Jacobs finish? I'll pull it up real quick. I'll only take a second here, but considering that I started him against Steven, yeah, he had a decent game. 12 points, full PPR. Didn't find the end zone though. He gets out. Josh Jacobs gets Denver, not CH.
Correct. Yeah, CH is going up against Pittsburgh, which has been
Oh,
soft on the run recently. So I was saying I'd probably go CH against over Jacobs this week.
okay, okay, okay.
But CH, I mean, you just don't know who's going to get it. But I will say this: if Tyreek Hill is out, if Kelsey is out, I think that's another thing. Right? Let's feed our backs. Right?
Sure,
Let's give it to those guys. Let's let Williams and Edwards cook here. And the running back has been getting it done against the Steelers this season so far.
sure. Evan, or I'm sorry, Mark. Okay, so Taysom, Hertz, Taylor, Hendo, Carter, Chuba, Penny, Johnson, Hill, Evans, Williams, Cooks, Knox, Gronk, Hawkinson, Dallas, Prater. Still a good team. Hertz just scored. Wow, Hertz scored. Hertz just scored. So he's putting together a decent night. I think Taysom. Uh, can we put trust back in him? I think so. It's a weird game. As of now, going to try to get gold for Prater, Gage, or St. Brown for Dearness Johnson. I think that's fine. I would say you could also move on from Chuba here, being that you've got Penny, you've got JT giving you that high ceiling each week. And Henderson, even if it's a bad game script this week, I think he'll bounce back next week as well. So, in my opinion, you can drop Chuba as well if you want to go for both Gage and St. Brown, which I think would help your team, especially with Hill being on COVID as well.
Yeah, I mean, even after a Christian McCaffrey injury, we were like, he's got Atlanta, and after that, it's kind of a wrap for
Yeah.
for Chuba Hubbard.
And the rest of this offense is playing poorly. Evan, is it safe to
Awful,
drop Chuba? Yeah, it is. It's two tough matchups to finish the year. I think it's the most difficult playoff schedule for a running back. I mean,
terrible.
it's in the top three. At least it's awful. So you're just crossing your fingers that he stumbles into the end zone on a drive where they get into the goal line. So I don't like that at all. I mean, especially looking at a team like Mark's, right? You got Taylor, Henderson, and Carter are going to offer you more upside than you could ever get out of Chuba, even Penny as well.
Mhm.
So, yeah, Mark, I think that my personal opinion, I would drop Chuba and Dearness Johnson and go after Gage and St. Brown, bolster your receivers, especially with Hill being down. This is a week that you need to bolster that receiver position so you can give, and Evans is down, Mark.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I mean, Cooks and Williams can get you through. Don't get me wrong, but there's a little bit of boomer bust there. Um, and then Gronk's fantasy outlook is going to completely change. Hawkinson's down for you too. So, my personal opinion, Mark, I would really try to go after both those receivers. Mark, looks like I have a round one P and Smash. Let's go. Oh, round one on Smash. Let's go. Let's go, Mark. Love it. Okay, Chuba noted. Yeah. You're gonna need some receivers out there, my dude. So I hope we can help you get to that championship, man. I think you've got a good shot for sure. Let me ask you this, Mark. Who are you thinking about starting next week? Taysom Hill or Jalen Hurts? Huh. Yeah, I know I'm all banged up. Yeah. Who? Because we
I don't
debated that
mind.
this past
I,
week. Yeah.
I'd probably lean Hurts there. Hill's got the far tougher matchup, um, but it is tough. It kind of goes back and forth there. I mean, I do like Hurts against the Giants.
Ooh, last time they played though,
I
but
know,
that's just
dude. That was such a
coincidental.
weird game, and he got
Yeah, yeah,
hurt.
it's coincidental. Mark says Hurts. I think Hurts is the right move after Hill
Yeah,
burns you. But oh, come on, Gilbert. Gilbert with the interception. Come
guess how
on,
many points
Gilbert.
Hurts has?
What is he at? Like
18
15? Yeah, 18.
already. 18, bro. This is ridiculous. He's gonna finish as like a top 3 quarterback this week, probably.
He's a man of two halves, so to speak. Evan, so my wide receiver core, I can't start three. I have Adams, Chase, Cooks, Ayuk, Parker with Gage and Amon Ra on waivers. I can start three. Adams, Cooks. Who did the Texans play this week?
Chargers. So I actually don't know about
Ooh,
that.
no, 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 no. Who do the
Yeah,
Bengals play this week?
they play the Ravens.
Adams and Chase. One
Well,
of Chase's,
last time
yeah,
Chase played the Ravens, he had 30 points.
Adams and Chase, and then I think I view Amon Ra and Gage in very similar
Hmm.
light. I mean, if Goff doesn't play, you might fade Amon Ra and go Gage there, but these are two number one receivers on two of the worst offenses in the league,
Hmm.
but they still show you fantasy value because that's how fantasy works. You fade Ayuk and Parker, and you fade Cooks due to this matchup. But Adams, Chase, and Gage. It depends if Goff plays for St. Brown for me.
So, yeah, John, I want you to give me an answer, right? Because I was thinking about this earlier tonight. Who do I take between these guys? Because, like you said, I view them as almost identical. But let's say all starters are playing. Who do you take? For me, I like just ever so slightly lean Russell Gage,
I
but
like Gage.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
He's.
if you guys, go back to the early days of the
I
channel,
know.
I was a strong Russell Gage fan.
I talked about it in the must start receiver video. I was like, you love him.
Yeah. I like Gage. Yeah, I do. Because here's the thing, at the end of the day, like Matt Ryan knows how to get the ball to his number one receiver as bad as he is. Did you
Mhm.
see that play where he tried to run in a touchdown
No, I
and he
didn't see
got
it.
like, oh my God, he got like picked up in the air and like body slammed. I was like, Matt, I think you've probably done enough in your career that you can just hang up the cleats, bro. I don't think anyone's going to be mad at you, but
Dude, I feel
uh,
so bad for him, man. For some reason, Matt Ryan just like feels like a 50-year-old man. Like
yeah.
his body just looks feeble.
I remember when he came into the league and I got a Matt Ryan jersey. And I was like, yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did have a
It's
Matt Ryan
actually a good
jersey.
jersey.
I had a lot of jerseys and I sold them on eBay. I used to go through phases.
How much did you sell them for? Like $5?
No, I made a fair amount of money on that. And then
Really?
I got into something else shortly after I spent it all on whatever my next phase of things was. But yeah, I missed those jerseys. I wish I never sold them. I had a Joseph Adai jersey and a
Oh
Reggie
yeah,
Wayne.
I remember a guy.
Yeah.
I hated
And a
him.
Dwight Freeney. Uh, there was there's another quarterback. Joe Flacco. Yeah, I had a Flacco jersey. I had a
Mr.
Dion
Elite.
I had a Deion Sanders Ravens jersey.
A Ravens Deion Sanders.
39, number 39, bro. Yeah.
Oh, Cooper
Yeah.
Cup scored. Cooper
Oh, he
Cup
did.
scored. Oh,
Oh, he did.
oh, oh,
Does it
oh.
matter? Are you looking at the match? Why do you wait? I'm confused. Why do you want Tyler to win?
Because I play Bryce if Tyler wins. If he loses, I play Ben.
Uh, I feel like you're wrong about that.
No, I'm not. I play highest seed because I'm lower seed than Dusty.
Oh yeah,
And Tyler is sixth.
Tyler's up by 5 points. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I saw Kelvion's comment, "Go Stafford, go," and I was like, "Wait, is this it?" So, oh my gosh.
Mark, I love Gage versus Detroit. It is a good matchup, that's for sure.
Yes, it is.
Mark, looking at Tony as well, if I really needed to. I like your other options there. Evan, with Mills at QB, Mr. Cooks is God mode. That's true. But Derwin James comes back this week. That's a good point, too. Go Stafford, go. Can't take the Detroit out of Stafford. Sure. I know it's way too early. I'll ask again later this week, but would you go Monroe, St. Brown, and Cooks? I would go St. Brown.
I would go Sam Brown too.
Yeah,
Chargers
but
secondary is really good against the receiver position.
what if Goff doesn't play?
How likely is this? Like, I haven't heard like a ton about this.
He has COVID.
COVID. It's Jared Goff, bro. Have you seen this guy's face?
I have.
He looks more confused than Eli.
Yeah.
Okay, well then that's a pickle.
That's a pickle. We'll probably have to monitor that closer
How did
to
I
game
miss
time.
that, man? Yeah.
Let's see here. Mark, maybe KJ Osborne as well. Damn, Henderson stole 4.1 points, but that's all I needed. Yeah, I'm glad that's all you needed, bro, because we could have got that call wrong, man. Kyle, Darius Johnson, Penny, Foreman, Craig Reynolds, Brandon Bolden, pick 2 full PPR. Bro, who do the Hawks play next week?
Hawks are playing the Bears.
I don't know how Steven knows all these off his head, but I'm glad he does because obviously I don't know any. I go Foreman for sure after another good outing for him.
Yeah.
It's obvious the Titans are going to allow him to run the football because they don't have much of any other game plan here. That it's Penny or Reynolds, but I mean the Lions RB situation is shaky, but it's a great matchup. I personally like Reynolds, but could he burn you? Yes. Let's be straight up. Penny not having a good night, but could he come back next week? Sure, why not? When are we drafting for next year?
We typically do it like what it's well, I mean, we do our personal league the night before, so I feel like probably run that week to week and a
Yeah,
half
we'll
before.
have a special. Are you talking? When are we starting mock drafts for next year, or when are we drafting for the Catch Fam League? Uh, so yeah, it depends on a couple things there, but I will tell you guys, we will be super crazy in the summertime, especially
A lot
August.
of mock drafts.
We're going to be
Holy
doing
shit.
so many. We're going to have a uploaded mock draft every morning and a live mock draft extraordinaire every night of August. So it's going to be a good time. Catch Fam, yeah. I haven't even begun to think about the Catch Fam draft for next year. How we're going to do that. Uh, do you let anyone in your leagues? Yeah. So what we're probably going to have to do is the Catch Fam League that we have right now. Anyone who wants to come back for it will be grandfathered in to that league, and then we'll fill it out. And then I think on top of that, I'm going to have a separate league,
Mhm.
and then Steven's going to have a separate one too, just to ensure
Then we can
we
get
can.
enough.
And I don't think we're going to be able to handle more than that. So being that we both have a personal league as well.
Mhm.
But we will certainly get that sorted out closer to next season for sure. And we definitely look forward to playing with you guys. Been the funnest league I played in this year for sure. I mean, mine and Steven's league, it wasn't that fun. It wasn't really that chill either. There was some sketchy things going on in it.
Lot
So
of political shit going on in that
yeah,
league,
yeah.
man.
And
Lots of, you bench this guy for me, I'll start this guy for you. Yeah. There's a
some
lot of
shady trades going. I'm not really sure about that league. I don't know if I'll be in it next year, but I have been in it for a
lobbying.
while.
A lot of
First
lobbying.
year, I've never made the playoffs in that. I haven't made the playoffs in that league. So, I'm just saying that I think there was a mass conspiracy against me, but it's all good. Most
For
people
sure.
are scared of me in fantasy. So,
Yeah.
but Kyle, we'll definitely get that figured out for sure, my dude. We'll keep you updated, bro. Evan, won't Terrell be on St. Brown?
Terrell is a dog, bro.
It's
He's an
true.
absolute
It's
dog,
true.
man. Rated as actually the highest PFF graded corner at a young corner. I mean, this is like the one bright spot on this Falcons defense. But so I think that maybe that does have something to say there. But I think the bigger thing you should be looking at is golf.
Yeah, and then it's like it's just not a good matchup for Cooks either.
Yeah.
Kelvin, what app do you use? Sleepers, what we used this past year.
Hmm.
Smoking the cat Penny's out.
Uh-oh.
What happened? We're not watching that game. We don't
Yeah.
get it. So what happened to Penny?
Please let me know.
Should I drop him for Jackson? It depends on how serious the injury is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, just looked at Gabriel Davis and Josh Reynolds' numbers on the wire. Might be able to maneuver through all of my injuries. Yeah, those are two other good options. But just keep in mind, I think Reynolds' value definitely tanks if Goff is not the starter. Because him and Goff have a connection that they've had since their days as former Rams as well. To be honest, they might shadow Gage with Terrell.
Well, Terrell will be on Brown because on Shadow's on squad.
Yeah. I think that's what he meant. My whole
Yeah.
team is falling apart. I think a lot of people's teams are falling apart. I am telling you, I've never seen a fantasy season like this.
It's just kind of a shitty thing too. It's just kind of whack. I really feel like in a lot of people's I just saw Evan's comment. But I feel like in a lot of people's leagues, it's like the real champion isn't going to be the real champion. You know what I mean?
Hey,
I mean, unless I win, of course,
that's like
right?
that's like our league. I mean, obviously,
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not the champion, so yeah, I don't
You might
disagree
be
with
the
that.
toilet bowl champion.
I will be the toilet bowl champion.
Chandler's going to be a real competition for you, bro. Tyreek Hill, Tom Brady, George Kittle. This has been a team that just needed to get healthy, bro.
He's
He's dirty.
he's one of the only teams I lost to this year, of the
Yeah,
7
he's good.
teams I lost to.
He's
So,
good.
uh, dude, I'm telling you, we have 2 teams right now over 100 points. Me and you.
I thought
Me and you.
Chandler got over 100 too. He's got Van Jefferson, so I think I just thought that Van was going to get him over.
No, he's at 92. Van Jefferson's got 2 points.
Gross.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm taking. You better buy me a toilet bowl trophy, bro. I'm telling you. What kind of commissioner are you? I meant Brown. Gage has been on my mind. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mark F. No excuses. F that. Going hard next week. Hey, you got some good waiver options for sure, bro.
Yeah.
You're in a good spot. You're in a good spot, bro. I will say this as another thing to consider. As long as you're confident in Hurts' health, if that's your quarterback that you are going to start in the next 2 games,
Cut your other guy.
cut your other guy. Like unless you're facing a player who needs a quarterback in the next 2 weeks potentially, then at this point you just want to bolster. There's 2 things you want to do. You want to bolster your offense at the position you're the weakest at, or that you're having the most injury or COVID issues at, and you want to take away any advantage from your opponent. So if they stream defenses and there's multiple stream defenses out there, pick them up. If they've got a banged up quarterback or quarterback on the COVID list, go pick up any stream quarterbacks. You know, if they're weak at running back, they've got COVID listed running backs. Go pick up all the waiver wire running backs. Like you want to work against your opponents now at this point in the season too.
Yeah.
And you want to go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, also too, I mean, even if if you want to load up on defenses or you want to load up on a position that you can stream for the next week, I mean, you got to cut some guys too. Like you got 2 weeks left, like you're talking about. Like you got 2 weeks. That's it.
And ask yourself those 2 questions, right? Am I confident in starting this player, A, and B, do I like this player's matchups the rest of the season? If the answers are no and no, then you can cut them, even if they're a big name. So, Kelvion, when you're last in waiver order, should you just wait until waivers clear to add players? It depends on a couple things. It depends on one thing. Do you get up earlier than the rest of your league? Because if the answer is no, then you should still put them in. You know, because if you don't, and the rest of your league wakes up earlier than you, then they can just add them before you. You know.
Yeah, you better be East Coast time.
Yeah.
Jerry is always screwed with that one, being on a West Coast East Coast league.
Yeah. Should I drop Ramondre Stevenson for Ronald Jones?
I wouldn't do that.
Stevenson burnt you this past week, but we started him with caution, right? Because the volume should be back, and he's not facing the Colts defense, but he is facing the Bills defense,
which has been getting their ass smacked by the run recently.
That was such weird wording.
I was really hoping that you weren't gonna comment on that.
Getting their ass smacked by the run.
I thought you were just gonna let that slide.
I think Stevenson's worth holding on to. I'd be interested, Shelton, who else he can drop there. And yeah, I mean, you know, you don't want to, you know, I mean, it might be a good matchup for Stevenson, considering that the Bills defense has been getting their ass smacked. So, spoken to Cat, just says midsection injury in the locker room, unlikely to come back. Yeah, what a penny move.
That is such a penny move. I think we were just saying last week, we were like, if he stays healthy, that's the only reason why he would not be playing is if
he gets the Lions in the championship.
Yeah.
If this is not a long-term injury, you got to hold on to Penny just because he plays the Lions. But don't get me wrong, the Lions might be good.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They held Connor and Edmonds to like 10 points, so who knows, man? At this point in the season, I don't know anything. I don't. The Lions might win out. What's going on, Joe? Hope you're doing well, man. Appreciate you coming out tonight. Thanks for being here, man. Happy to have you here at the Catch. Which D should I roll with? Seattle, Denver, Chargers, or Bears? I'll hand this to our defensive expert, Steven.
Yeah, I'm going to probably go Chargers here. I don't love this play, but I do think they have the easiest matchup.
Yeah.
Paired with probably one of the better units, but I mean, I don't know. I think it's a unit you can definitely get by with going against the Texans.
I don't trust the Bears at all right now. That secondary is completely depleted. I don't trust Seattle ever.
No.
Ever. I mean, I know that they've been like a move for some people in leagues, but I have not recommended that move at all. It's kind of like looking at the Falcons against Detroit, even with a backup quarterback potentially this week, it's like I'm not doing it because this
Mm-mm.
defense is one of the worst defenses in the league. So
Yeah.
I agree with Steven. I think the Chargers, then I'd put Denver next, but I don't feel very confident in Denver either.
Yeah.
Market facts. I've been looking at that. Looks like the first place guy is gone. Now I'm in first. Remember, Jay, I was telling you how important that it was. I eliminated that super team. Yeah, absolutely. The reason I have so many running backs is because my matchup depth at that position was weak. Good work, Mark. Love it. I love to see it. So, Steven, any other big takeaways from the weekend? It was a weird weekend.
Um, on a fantasy spectrum, or
Any.
expect the unexpected. Um, I would
Let me ask
say
you this. So, we'll get to Joe's question. Stafford or Brady? I like Stafford next
I
week,
like
but
staph infection.
I don't know if you can sit Brady though.
Brady going up against the Panthers.
Panthers ain't good, man. Come on.
No, I mean they're not. I mean they actually did kind of ruffle Allen's feathers last week. They got a pick on him.
Still
They
got
didn't
20 points.
do 20 points for a running quarterback is easy. Um, yeah, listen, I mean, I don't know. I think he's gonna bounce back. He had 4 fantasy points, and Tom
When he's
Brady doesn't like
angry.
getting shut out. Yeah, when he's angry, he doesn't like getting shut out.
Yeah.
I will say this on a non-fantasy comment, but relates to Stafford. Somebody wrote up above, you can't take the Detroit out of Stafford. This was something I was saying in the offseason why I didn't totally believe in the Rams, because Matt Stafford has never won, as far as I know. In his, I don't think he ever won a championship in college. He didn't win in the NFL, obviously being in Detroit. You can't just go from being at a dog shit team to winning a Super Bowl. Like that just doesn't happen. Like at the quarterback position, like you have to know how to lead a team through victory in the biggest of games, and Matt's never done it. And to be honest, either have the Rams. So I think that's like what is going to ultimately come down to crumble on staph infection in this Rams team. And they actually, I saw recently the quarterback who is actually winning in terms of QBR right now is Jared Goff. Jared Goff is having a better season efficiency wise than Matt Stafford.
That's
So
crazy.
I mean, I don't want to go on a complete rant here, but that was one thing that I just saw and I was like, damn. I mean, it's just facts, bro.
Steven hates Matthew Stafford. Make sure you guys note that.
No, I
Ali,
don't.
what's
I
going on,
love
man?
him. I love him.
What's up, Ali? I heard some Goddard just knocked me off the playoffs. Damn. Kyler, Mike Williams, Chase, Mixon, Gasecki screwed me. Just
Wow.
such a bad week for fantasy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, those are guys you started all season long that helped you get to the playoffs, but just such a bad week of fantasy. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
bro. It hurts me to see you guys losing, man. So with the cat for week 16 as of today, who would you play? One more receiver, one running back, one flex. Cooper, Gallup, St. Brown, Parker, Sony, Pollard, Jacobs, Ronald Jones. Playing Deontay and Cook. Good. Yeah, play those guys for sure. Uh I go Gallup over Cooper right now. And I go looking at the running backs.
I'd probably go Ronald Jones.
I go Jones. I agree. And then I go Jacobs. Jacobs,
Mhm.
Jones. And then I would go Gallup, but I don't mind St. Brown, but we just did discuss we don't necessarily like his matchup as well. Jason, what's up, Jason? Good to see you, bro. Man, did Brady screw me over this week? Yeah, no kidding, man. Losing by 20 with Gay left, so I lost round one of the playoffs. Got next week to try and outscore the other side. You know, I kind of like leagues that do the 2 week playoff thing, man.
Mhm.
So you're not one and done.
It's kind of good for this year, especially
Yeah,
with all this
yeah,
dog shit going on. It's like for a team that's got everybody out, it's like at least you have next week to at least try to recover.
yeah. Joe, AB Parker or Ayuk? I go AB.
AB.
Yeah. Let's see here. Almost to the 2 hour mark on the night, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure if you're new to the channel, you hit that sub button down below. Join the Catch fam as well. Hey, I appreciate everyone being here. I know Steven does as well. So thanks for hanging out, guys. I know these games haven't been great, and we've only been able to really watch one, and there hasn't been too much going on with the Eagles in Washington as well. Jason, to make it worse, I'm playing against a team I traded Rodgers to for Henderson, shaking my head. It does hurt. I don't think retrospectively it was a bad trade, but this week, yeah, it is bad. Allie, it's okay. I only had the best running back, Jonathan Taylor. Damn. I feel those crying emojis. I feel them, bro. Y'all gonna watch the Madden documentary? I feel like I have a moral obligation to watch this documentary. Being a
Dude,
fan,
that looks so good. It gives me like chills every time I see a commercial, man.
they're just talking about it on the in this game. They have
Like
like a
we didn't hear anything from Madden for like years. Like I didn't even know he was still alive. Didn't we talk about that this year in the off
something.
season? I swear we had like a little sub rant where we were like, "Is John Madden alive?" And we had to we had to look it up because
I
like
think that did happen. Yeah.
yeah, because I just didn't remember. Like I hadn't seen him. And then this documentary comes out, and I was like, "Oh shit, he's dead." And then I was like, "Oh wait, what?" Dude, it's pretty hype. I'm looking forward to this one. It's gonna be good. I feel like it's gonna be a tearjerker, to be honest.
I do think it'll be good. The little
Yeah.
snippets I've seen look good. So yeah, it's on Christmas. It comes out Christmas Day, I think.
Hmm.
I probably won't watch it on Christmas. You know,
Yeah, I'll be watching some Christmas movies for sure.
Steve will be watching some Christmas movies for sure.
Yeah.
Jason Najee too. Damn. Other team has Godwin and Hill. Hate COVID. Hope all the players are good, but kind of hoping Hill doesn't clear for next week. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's going to be an advantage and a disadvantage, right? So I hope it's advantages for most of you guys. Joe, pick 3 running backs: Cook, Mixon, CH, and Montgomery. You got to play Cook. You got to.
You got to play Cook, Mixon, and Montgomery here. I think if all are healthy, and then if anybody's
Yeah,
missing, I think CH is a great replacement.
I agree. I agree. Those are the players going to give you the most upside. You got to play them, even if some of them burnt you this past week. And then, yeah, I think CH is a great kind of backup there.
Hmm.
Mark, yes, it's official unless Michelle goes complete bonkers. I'm in first place. Plus, I've eliminated Cup, Godwin, Monty, Devontae Adams, AB Brady. Let's
Holy
go.
shit, that's an insane group.
Let's go. Timeout with Henry, bro. My grandpa bought me a signed rookie Joe Burrow card. It's so
Holy
cool.
crap.
That's awesome.
That's gonna
I
be
need,
worth a lot of bread.
yeah, that's awesome. Poonam, yo, guys, I won this week. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Let's go. It's a good week to win, man. If you won this week, kudos to you. Could you imagine having like the Kelsey and Hill stack?
No, I wish.
Although I guess they're both on COVID now, so maybe that'd be
Yeah,
bad
now
to
it'd be
imagine.
dreadful.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. How
I
did
might
your
be in the.
20-man league do, by the way?
Oh, it's just awful. I was texting with George, or the commissioner, who I mean that's the reason I play in that league, and I was like, bro, like this was with how hard fantasy was this year. He was like, I don't think we'll ever do 20-man league again because it was
No
just.
way.
He was like, it was just impossible this past year. Like no one had fun. He was like, even the people who got in the playoffs were like, this was like the most difficult thing. Like my team wasn't even bad, and no, I was like 14th, and there's only winners. There's no toilet bowl league or anything. There's no way to really do that in 20-man league. Well,
Oh, okay.
you can, but still, uh, yeah, the playoffs. Wow, some teams actually put up some good points this week, but yeah, the number 2 team lost this week, and the number 1 team barely got by. The number 3 team lost too, so a number 4 team only put up 78 points. So no, he was like, dude, it was brutal. It's brutal this year.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
that was a pretty big buy-in too, I think, right?
as $100.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a bigger pot for you guys.
Well, it's 20 people, so it is. Yeah,
Yeah, it ends up being
it's
quite tasty.
yeah. But it's all good, man. It is what it is. If you don't draft the right guys, you're just like screwed, unless
Yeah.
you get some really good early waivers. So, and the waivers are just crazy competitive. Like, it's ridiculous. Uh, I might be in a 2-week matchup as well. How does that work? So basically, you play week 15, right? whatever points you score in week 15 go towards your matchup. You play week 16 again. You combine whatever you got in week 15 and week 16 together, and whoever has the most wins.
Yep.
So you're just combining the points of two separate weeks. Is all. I can't believe it says time with Henry. Yeah, dude, is that a Christmas gift? That's awesome. Jason, should I bench Najee or Chubb next week for Pittman or Henderson? I'd say no.
Mm-mm.
I still think Najee and Chubb offer you the most upside there. It's just this is going to be a really hard week to call because we're going to have a lot of biasy, right? We're going to have a lot of good players coming off of bad weeks, and it's going to make us think twice when we shouldn't. You got to remember the guys you went out and drafted and why you drafted them, right?
You
Stevens.
you just can't bench Najee, number 4 back in fantasy right now. Like
Yeah.
you can't do that. I mean, I get it. I'm out here talking about starting Huntley over Allen in the playoffs, but you can't bench Najee going against Kansas City, who's 22nd against the fantasy running back spot. That's a beautiful spot right there. And
Yeah.
Nick Chubb, he looked really good this week. He looked
Yeah.
really good. I mean, he was a fantastic back for you.
It's the Raiders, man.
I'm just saying, like, he looked good. I mean, he's obviously kind of like the essential piece to this offense right now because they don't
Yeah.
have much of anything else. I mean, here's the other thing. We don't really know when everybody's going to come back from this COVID shit either, right? Like, I think there's like part of us who we all think that it's just going to be like this 1 week and then it's over. But the scary thing is like this could easily be 2 weeks.
It's probably the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this new variant just spreads quicker, which on a side tangent is a good thing because when a disease spreads quicker, it's less deadly. Opposite happens when a disease is more deadly, it spreads much slower because it's killing people. So,
in the holidays, all these players are with their friends,
Yeah.
family. There's more and more people interacting. So I definitely don't think that it's going to be isolated over these next week or two in the NFL.
No, especially if you're an NFL family.
Yeah.
You're having some sweet Christmas parties. Tell you that much.
Pretty badass Christmas parties. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this will be a factor the rest of the season, but I do think that within organizations, there's a lot more restrictions within NFL clubs and everything. So we'll see. We'll see. Mark, okay, so it's not over. Got to finish them next week. Thanks for that info. Hey, yeah, of course, Mark, of course. But keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing. Tyreek Bill, hey, what's up? What's going on, man? Wow, at time out with Henry, that is awesome. Absolutely. Any update on Eckler and Mixon injuries? Steven, are you pulling that up? Is that what you're doing there?
I'm pulling up Eckler if you wanted to pull up Mixon.
I did look at Mixon earlier today and didn't have any. I'll double check though.
So Eckler didn't practice Monday among the 7 Chargers on the COVID report. This was as of Monday, December 20th. So not really anything too updated here. Just, that they're not going to deactivate him yet. I'm not super optimistic on Eckler, to be honest. I mean, they're playing the Texans. He's super injured right now, clearly, and he's got the COVID thing. It's like, this is just terrible. Like, there's like 3 different things kind of going against his favor because, like, this is a great opportunity to just not have to deal with him and just wait.
Zach Taylor is optimistic that Joe Mixon will play. He's going to practice in a limited capacity, and he has encouraging results thus far.
Yeah.
Mark, have a good one, people. Have a good night, Mark. We appreciate you as always, my dude.
Night more.
Peace out, broski. Appreciate you, man. Kelvin Cup, another touchdown. Let's go.
Let's
Lego Masters. Cup is a beast.
It's over.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm surprised you're rooting the way you're rooting right now, man.
I mean, dude, bro, you got to understand. Like, I just want to make it. I just want to make it. If I see Bryce beat me now, but this is huge, bro. This is huge for me.
I mean, dude, Cup and Kelsey, like, that's all you need at this point in the season. You got those 2 guys. You're winning this week.
Because check this, right? Kelsey might be out next week.
That's true.
I think he could lose to Dusty. Dusty's team is reeling though, so who knows? But
I think Dusty's team is tanking, bro.
Yeah, his team is tanking, so it's like, I mean, I don't really want to see Tyler in the championship. That's for sure. I don't want to see his team in the championship. But I didn't want to see Ben this week.
No, no.
Cup is seriously like amazing, dude.
Yeah, how did we miss this one, man? We talked about it a lot, and we both just blanked come draft
So
time.
yeah, and Lego Master says it right now. Cup is a beast for real, for real. Should I try to draft Cup next year? Is he legit?
Oh
What
yeah.
are we doing with Cup next season? I
I
know
mean,
Tyler was talking about making him his keeper, which I guess I can understand. He was like, where do people draft him this year? Like,
second or third,
no, not Cup, bro.
third or
Cup
fourth,
was
third or
Cup,
fourth.
yeah,
Sorry.
Cup was like I feel like fourth or fifth, yeah. And
Yeah.
so I mean, you would say he's definitely a second first round pick this year, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's a
Because
first rounder.
but like I don't like something about him just doesn't scream like he's a for sure Devonte Adams, Tyreek Hill yet, even though he's having this season.
Then he's a steal.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. I mean, I think the big thing for him is that Stafford connection with him. I don't think that's going anywhere.
Dude, I'm looking at my team. I'm like, who was my keeper next year?
It's Javonte Williams,
I was
bro.
about to say I got him so late that he's
Yeah, it's
probably the
Javonte
guy.
Williams. It's
Yeah.
Javonte.
I mean, I could consider Mike Gesicki.
Yeah, for sure.
No,
Or AB.
I could consider Montgomery or Robinson too, but no, it's got to be.
It's
Prob-
Javonte if you're smart. It's the best value.
I am pretty smart, so you're probably right there. You like the Saints D against Miami? Yeah, I do think we like the Saints defense next week for sure.
Mhm.
Steven had them in the must start video, so yeah,
I like both
absolutely.
both those defenses in that game because both the
Yeah.
quarterbacks in that game love to turn the ball over.
Uh Lego Masters round or pick? I think not first pick. No, no. Not second pick, but yeah, in
Wouldn't be
between the
surprised if people did it.
sure. I mean, but between the first and second round for sure is where I think he should go. I'm a Colts fan, and the only thing I hate about next year is going to be so hard to get JT. I mean, he's top two easily.
It's going to be damn near impossible to get him unless you
Yeah,
are probably
yeah,
first pick.
yeah.
um,
I think he should be the first, but in some leagues he'll drop to second or third just because that's how it
yeah,
goes. But a majority of leagues will be first, in my opinion. Jason, play CD or Pittman? I would play CD.
yeah, I'd play CD here
Yeah,
too.
yeah. How about CF players? Any keepers? Bryce Young doing the draft. Ooh,
Oh, that's a cool little option there.
yeah,
I need to look into that. I'm not too up to
yeah. I
speed
know
yet on college ball.
in the
Or
off season, Steven will be doing some segments for you guys
yeah,
on college football and dynasty. Well, maybe not necessarily dynasty, but getting you guys up to date with rookies as well going into the season. So it depends. Yeah, we're not completely versed. We'll be honest with you, Lego Masters.
it's gonna be
So
interesting to see kind of who takes the picks that are in those like top spots because the Jags, I think they have the number one pick right now. They're not going to take a quarterback. Um, Texans will be in there. Lions are, they're playing out of the pick right now. Lions obviously be in the running too, even though they got Jared Goff. It'll be interesting to see who kind of lands that quarterback. I'm a true believer in the fact that where the quarterback goes is kind of a bigger determinant on how good they're going to be than
sure,
anything.
sure.
So all those situations are pretty gross. I
Yeah.
think the best situation though is like, well, let me ask you another question. And I don't want to dive too deep into the legal weeds of this, please, but Deshaun Watson, what are you doing with him?
Like in terms of drafting, or what are the Texans doing with him?
Let's say drafting. Let's say it's cleared up. He's going to play.
Yeah, you draft that dude.
Where? Like, what
Uh,
quarterbacks are you?
he's going to be in that range of like
Is he top five?
no.
Really?
He'll be, I think he'll be in that range of like Stafford and Brady, like kind of hanging out. Like that they're going to have a good season, but you wait on him for some reason. Yeah, I think he'll be out there just because we haven't seen him play in a year.
I will say this: if he is available, that is going to be my quarterback.
Yeah,
because
he's gonna have a good season wherever he is.
we're a year removed from like Watson being like arguably like the best fantasy option you can have. Like
Yeah,
that dude has the wheels, he has the arm, he has everything, and he's probably not going to be a Houston Texan. More than likely, he's going to pick his destination, which is going to be that he picks a spot with a good offense. I mean, imagine if this guy goes to a team with a good offense. I mean, I think the 49ers are going to be playing for a quarterback. I think a lot of teams are going to be playing for a quarterback, and it's not just A-Rod that's the hot commodity. It's not just Russell Wilson. There's going to be a lot of guys.
it's gonna be an interesting market, man.
Yeah. And the receiver market's going to be hot too. Adams, Chris Godwin. I mean, it's gonna be a fun draft next season. Let me ask you this one: next season, I've got Chris Godwin and I've got Jamar Chase for my keeper. I'm thinking Jamar Chase. What would your take be? Who do you think is going to be the better receiver next season? Given the fact that Chris Godwin's a free agent, not for sure that he's going to be tied to Tom Brady coming off of this ACL injury. But Jamar Chase, he's younger, less proven.
I mean, that's what you want in a keeper, though, is you want somebody got late. So I think it makes sense. I think it makes
But would
sense.
you say just taking out the fact of where you drafted him?
I would keep Chase. I would keep Chase.
Okay. So you think Chase is going to be the better player than Godwin next season?
No, I don't know that for sure, but I would take Chase. I'm sorry, I can't think of this outside of the fact that you got him so late. Like,
Yeah, I know, and it's tough. I mean,
and I
I
don't know where
honestly,
Godwin's going to be. And Chase has that chemistry locked down for the next 4 years, right?
yeah, yeah.
3 years, I guess, because Burrow's a year ahead of him. But oh my gosh,
Down at the
Uh,
one, which means Gibson's probably going to score.
yeah. I don't know
Oh,
Bates. I
was
don't
that
know
a
who
touch?
Bates is. Uh, will Kareem Hunt be a factor for Week 17? I potentially. I mean, I dropped Kareem Hunt personally.
Yeah.
But I needed receiver depth in the league I dropped him in, and it's just it's hard to say what the Browns are going to do. I think if he comes back, Week 17 makes sense. So, like in that league, I didn't need any RB depth, which is funny because I drafted Kareem Hunt very early, and that's the Catch Fam league. So I drafted him pretty early because it was a
Yeah.
midseason draft. And was that Patterson?
Patterson. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Gibby, but I think he
They're
actually might.
limiting him because he's hurt.
Dude, didn't he have a turf toe last season or something?
He's just been hurt all the time.
He has really bad lower body injuries. Like the injuries he gets are like really not something you want at the running back position.
No, Joe, it's tough to say, man. It's really tough to say. Kevion, this is my first year playing fantasy. What does keeper mean? It not all leagues do a keeper, so that's one option that your fantasy league can have. If your league is doing that, your commissioner should have told you by now. But it basically means next year, going into next year's draft, you can pick any one of your players. Some leagues do two keepers. So let's say you drafted Cooper Kupp in the 4th round. Next year, instead of having that 4th round draft pick, you just keep Cooper Kupp. And so you have that unique advantage of where Kupp is obviously, let's say, a 1st to 2nd rounder, depending on how big your league is. You can still have a 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round pick, but then you lose a 4th round pick, but you had the value of Kupp on your team already. So go ahead,
John,
Steven.
yeah, I wanted to ask a question because this is our first league or our first time doing a keeper league together. Anyways, John, I don't know if you've done it alone before,
I
but
have, yeah, not alone,
one
but
thing, one thing I am kind of concerned about next season, and I imagine I'll come to you to ask you how to ensure this happens. But um, how do you ensure that nobody else drafts the player?
no, it's already locked. That
Do you have
player's
to
not
go into your
available.
settings?
No, that player's. I mean, if you have the correct settings already, that player is already locked onto that team. Like they
Oh, I
won't.
don't
They're
know if
not
we
available
set.
to draft.
I don't know if we set a setting.
Well, I don't know if you did either because I'm not the commissioner.
So you have to
So
set it like during the active season or whatever.
you might. You should be able to go into next season and set it, even if you didn't do it this season.
Okay, and then you
Yeah,
just
because
like
it's not like everyone keeps their 1st round pick. Like you can. There are leagues out there where you do that. Like your 1st rounder is your locked in keeper, but generally speaking, it's everyone has the opportunity to pick one or two keepers of their choice,
Mm-hmm.
um, depending on where they drafted them, especially starting out, because that gives you the advantage going into the next season. And that kind of keeps people, more attuned moving forward and more willing to play in the next season. Because let's say you had a bad season, but you took Cooper Cup's a great example, right?
Yeah.
But you took Cooper Cup in the 5th round and you lost the first round of the playoffs. So it's like, well, when next year comes up, at least you opt out of a 5th round pick, but you have Cooper Cup on your team.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So it's an interesting dynamic for sure. And it's also kind of interesting when you go into a draft and you don't draft in the 5th round. I don't know. So
Yeah.
yeah. Penny back, but Dallas playing 70-30. What QB would you play if you needed to, Fields or Hurts? I
Hurts.
stick with Hurts. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not close to me.
Yeah. I don't dislike Fields per se as a stream, but I like Hurts a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, thanks, guys. Appreciate the feedback. Hey, we appreciate you, Joe. If you have any other questions, please let us know. Yeah. Guys, make sure you hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Make sure if you're new to the channel, you do subscribe down below. Truly helps us out. We appreciate everyone hanging out for the night. Like I said, not the most entertaining football games, and we haven't been able to call Rams and Hawks, but Cooper Cup's having a good night, and Matt Gay is having a good night. So there you go. And I mean, actually, this is not a bad game between Eagles and Washington as well.
No,
So
it's a classic NFC East
yeah,
divisional matchup.
yeah.
Um,
Washington comes out looking like they're gonna, be a threat for about 10 minutes, and that's about it. And then the other team comes back and destroys our hopes. So, Matt, I'm clinging on to a 2-point lead right now. Hey, at least they took Gibson out and they let Patterson score.
yeah, I don't know if Gibson's going to really see a ton more work either.
Matt, we're gonna watch the rest of this game just for you, bro, for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm voting against Gibson right now, man. So I'm definitely with you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess I'm rooting for Steven too, for some reason. Whatever Steven wants. I don't have much left to root against in the toilet bowl. So
Let me ask you this, John. Let me just get a gauge on you. I mean, I think this will be relevant. So let me ask you about these guys and what your kind of gauge is on these players. What do you think of a guy like Hollywood Brown? What do you think about him rest of the season?
I don't
I
like
mean, this
him.
was a guy that for a good stretch was like a dude that people were like putting in their lineups, not really asking questions about, ignoring the scary because he got the target volume, and it went from Lamar Jackson being like, an actually good thrower to what the hell is their quarterback room situation?
It depends on your situation, right? Full PPR, he's fine as a flex. Depends if you have guys banged up. If it's you personally, we play half PPR, so it's not as much of a ceiling, but you've got Godwin banged up, Chase underperforming.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like, if you're asking for yourself, like, you got to
No,
hold
no,
on
I'm
to
not
him.
asking for me. I'm just purely asking like what your gauge is on him.
No,
I know I'm personally not starting him, so it's just like
you might have to, bro.
well, I might have to, but I guess my point of it is just saying like I'm just curious what your thoughts are on that guy because there's other people out there that might not have the benefit of saying, okay, I'm just going to shift out of Marquise Hollywood Brown because he is
Yeah.
still seeing a shit ton of targets. I think he saw 11 targets, 14 targets against the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah. I mean, a game script helped that too, but no,
It's been consistent for him though. He's
yeah,
seeing around 10 a game.
it depends on your situation, and I think the big play is kind of taken away there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that hurts too. That hurts, but yeah, I'm not completely sold on him. I'm not.
Okay, that's fair. What are your thoughts on a guy like Chase Claypool next season?
Who it depends on who the quarterback is. We don't know what this offense is going to be.
Do you think where do you think he's drafted?
Oh, he'll slide, man. He'll
Yeah.
slide. He lost that potential. I mean,
I think he lost the trust of this team.
oh, this team is mad at him, bro.
Dude,
That's for
he's
sure.
a kind of a piece of shit. Like, honestly.
Yeah, they're not very happy with this man at all. That's for
No,
sure.
not at all.
That's for sure. No, his draft value has gone down. That's for sure.
Alvin Kamara had 4 fantasy points this week. Talk about
Yeah,
another stinker, bro.
dude, so many
Holy
stinkers.
shit, bro.
They're all stinkers.
DK
Everyone
had
stunk
five
up.
5 points.
Well, that's kind of expected.
Miles Sanders, 15 points tonight.
Dude,
Already.
the Eagles' run offense has been really good the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, it has.
I mean,
been getting it
they have
done,
like
man.
I don't know what they said. They have like over 500 yards in the last 6 games or something.
Let me ask you.
Matt,
Oh,
sorry,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead now. Go ahead.
2 points is like 1 catch. LMAO, I'm praying, but I don't know. Just keep him out, Washington.
I
Matt, I have a 3-point lead, says Shelton. Do you guys think Tyreek will play versus Pitt? Hard to say, Matt.
say no.
Hard to say. Who knows?
Yeah.
Titans lose twice. Bills beat Pats. Chiefs lose twice. The Colts have the number 1 seed. Could
I think
happen.
I think it can happen, man.
Could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kamara screwed me. Yeah.
Yeah. Kamara
Rough
was
week.
really rough.
Rough week, man.
All right. So I wanted to ask you this, John.
Yeah.
This is a gross one. So give me your best. Devin Singletary, 16 points against the Panthers, almost 12 points against the Bucks the week before. What are your thoughts on this guy? Singletary for the Bills. Allen's hurt. It seems like they're leaning on this run a little bit more. Colts just shredded the Pats on the ground. Passing game is tough for those Patriots. Maybe Allen leans on him more. And then the week after that, they got the Atlanta Falcons for the championship week.
He's worth rostering for those 2
For
reasons.
sure, worth rostering. But
yeah,
I mean,
you can
this
start
might
him
be their
against
back.
Atlanta.
Might be their back. We keep
I mean,
saying that differently every week, man.
We say that every year too. It's like, I mean, if this team really started to get an elite running back going, yeah, but no, he's worth rostering for the matchup in week 17
Okay.
and the increase in volume. Sure, that's fine.
Okay.
Maybe the Eagles will eat the entire 11 minutes up. Therefore, no Gibson. They could. Don't put it past my boy Sirianni. I kind of like Sirianni.
I mean, he's a Colts alumni, man.
Yeah,
I got to give him some respect. He does have a little bit of a Frank Reich swagger to him. I can just he just kind of has that demeanor and the way he uses the running back position too. I mean, until JT really did become like Superman, we like that carousel back system. Remember last year we would use like Jordan Wilkins, Marlon Mack, Naheem Hines, freaking Jonathan Taylor. We were using anybody that could line up at running back. And this year it's like, all right, screw that. We're just giving it to JT every play.
Oh my gosh, I just saw the replay of the Cup score. How do you have a linebacker on Cup?
Yeah, I don't know.
How does that happen? It's like, look for the short white guy with number 10. Cover him, everyone. Like it's, I mean, I guess Jefferson and OBJ are out there, but still.
I'm pulling this up right now, John, because I think he actually has been the best fantasy player, regardless of position, all season.
He's been phenomenal.
Which would add a lot of argument to saying, could you take this guy number 1 in the draft next season? I mean, I don't think he repeats this season. It's a lot harder to repeat performance at the receiver position, but I don't know.
Has he really been number 1?
I'm pulling it up right now. My app's taking forever, but yeah, I think he has.
Shelton, Matt, I sure hope so. Hey, I hope this works out for you guys, man. I hope it does. I can't believe this season's like over, dude.
I know.
I just want to know who I'm playing in the toilet bowl tomorrow, bro.
I am kind of looking forward to the playoffs, though, to be honest. Like, I'm kind of interested to see what happens here because this is the first season where I can genuinely say I have no fucking idea what's going on.
Like, this is a weird season. Wow,
it's been really bad for my betting. It's been really bad for my betting.
No, I would imagine, but dude, I think it's going to be a lot of weirdness, and it's going to boil down to this very similar teams as last year.
No, Hurts just did it. Touchdown. Greg Ward.
Did you guys start him?
Yeah, dude, this guy was the must-start receiver. Come on, I know you guys had him in your lineups.
Greg Ward.
So Hurts is probably going to have around 25, 26 fantasy points now. I mean, yeah.
Ooh, that's a nice catch.
That was a really sick catch. Dude, Hurts is just like, you can't bench this dude. I mean,
No.
he's kind of like a James Conner all season long. There's
Well,
questions. Should we start this guy? And it's like, you got to start him. You got to start him.
I think we're fading Connor, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, yeah, now with injury, but yeah.
Bad
Dude,
matchups too.
he had 6 carries for 50 yards against Detroit. I mean, it was
That sounds
just,
right.
yeah,
Because he's
he
amazing.
balled out, bro. Like it was just they I don't know what the hell happened with Arizona.
Someone suspend Gibson. Yeah, I'm excited to watch the last couple minutes of this game. It's kind of timing out perfectly at the end of the stream, and it's gonna be fun to watch do something Goodell. Could be
Dude,
fun. Go ahead.
no, yeah, I was gonna say, my mom was heated about this, but so you saw the shit that Tom Brady did to Allen,
No.
where he came over and said like "fuck off" or something to the coach. He said like "shut the fuck up."
Wait,
Like he
yeah.
came over to the sideline, went up to the coach, and cussed him out.
Well, yeah.
Like,
If you're Tom Brady, you can do things like that.
but dude,
Sure.
like, yeah, and then like there was a meme that came out about like all these other play. Like, remember like the Bears one where the dude like looked at the sideline and they threw a
Yeah.
flag. Like, it's just like speaks to like the element of like hypocrisy and like the way the refs have their hands in the game. Like, it blows my mind, bro. Like, and it's not a big surprise that like Tom Brady like can do whatever the fuck he wants, but it's just like there's got to be a little bit more of like a level balance field like around this like unsportsmanlike shit.
Same with LeBron,
You're lucky
right?
Jerry isn't in here, bro. You're lucky Jerry isn't in here.
I mean, I'm surprised you're not upset.
I
The,
get it.
fan-
I am upset.
the fantasy projections for who's going to win are so trash.
Yeah, they're terrible.
They're saying I have a 75% chance to win. That's just an absurd prediction. We'll see, man. Gilbert bringing his team out to the field, down 10. Can Gilbert pull it off?
Yeah, that is a
Dude,
pretty absurd prediction, actually, if he only needs 2 points.
who's out? I'm looking for the running back.
Gibson's in right now.
Okay.
All right, they did a play action pass.
I'm
Incomplete.
like a play behind.
I know.
So I was watching the pregame, and they're talking about Gilbert starting tonight. And guess who they brought on naturally to talk about this?
Troy Aikman.
Former quarterback, but not Troy Aikman.
Mark Sanchez.
Yes, Mark Sanchez, actually. And Mark was like, at one point in my career, I got called in to Monday night game for Washington, and I had 10 days to prepare, and Gilbert has only had 3. So the only thing I did right that night was a 2-minute drill, and Adrian Peterson ran for a touchdown. So,
That's pretty
and then,
geeky.
dude, whoever was interviewing him was like, they cut him at the end of the interview. They were like, and that's probably why you moved on to commentating, Mark. And everyone was like, whoa.
Shots fired.
Oh, crap. Gibson just called
I was
caught
gonna
a ball.
say.
Whoever's in charge of prediction needs some sleep. Did that Gibson catch do it, guys? Let us know.
I don't. Does that count as a catch? It was behind the line.
Check your lineups, boys. There's a little catch by Gibson. He almost had negative yards though, which would have been
I know,
nice.
and then you get squeaked out. It should only count as 1 point. He needed 2, right?
Depends on how many yards he gained. Depends on how
Wow.
many. I know you don't play full PPR, so it's tough for you to understand. But Matt, let us know. I'm dying. I'm up like 0.4. All right, we'll take it.
Oh my god.
Take it. Gibson's blocking. Washington picks up a first down. Okay. Man about to break his TV. Still have a 52% chance to win for some reason.
What?
We shouldn't be laughing. Sorry, Matt.
Oh, there we go.
All right, so now we're rooting against Gilbert. At this point, I'm just rooting against Washington. I mean, I'm used to them
He's
losing.
dinking and dunking this shit, man. He just dropped one off to Ricky Seals-Jones.
I'm telling you, bro, Gilbert's a future starter. Look at this man.
I just got a random text from my girlfriend of her calling me a midget, so that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to get on another Steven Short tangent.
Totally
I
off
feel like
base.
last time that happened, your feelings were hurt. So, and it got brought up for like the next two streams. I don't think you were here. People were like, "Remember when we were cooking Steven for being short?" And I was like, "Yeah. Bro, screw this quarterback. Check down God."
Yeah, he just got another first too. Stroud's continuing.
I mean, come on, Washington. You guys know that Gibson's doing PEDs, right? Is he even out there on this play? Interception Eagles. Interception Eagles.
Wait,
Says Shelton.
is that?
I'm a play
Oh
behind.
no, he must be just rooting for it because I don't see it
Okay.
unless you're like plays ahead of me too.
Well, Steven, we do have bad. We're not
Yeah.
as
Oh,
prestige.
okay. Shelton's hoping.
Oh, Matt, you liar. I was getting
You're a
excited.
dirty liar, full of
Well,
lies.
Shelton's rooting against Gibson too. I mean, okay, incomplete
We're
pass.
all rooting against Gibson tonight. This is like the anti-Gibson. This is the anti-Gibson episode tonight.
How could you say something like that?
Oh shit! Tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Oh my gosh.
Okay. But wait, in PPR, doesn't that still count as a point?
What?
He caught
You don't get a point for a handoff.
Oh, it was a handoff. I didn't know it was a.
Yeah.
I thought it was a throw behind the line of scrimmage. Who's our subscriber who loves Antonio Gibson?
I know, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh, good. I'm glad
He would not be liking this. He would not be liking this.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's not in it tonight.
So you're saying he's committed to his craft. So
yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance. There's always a chance, bro. I mean, Gibson could fumble.
All right, Gibson's blocking. Oh my gosh, did they keep getting first downs?
I kind of hate being a play behind right now.
I know. I'm gonna stop talking unless something happens.
What is this defense? It's Philly's end of game defense. Now
what is this defense?
Keep talking, it's fine.
This defense is actually kind of concerning me, to be honest, bro.
Ooh, Humphreys.
Oh no.
Did it happen?
It happened.
Oh no.
In the wackest possible way, too.
Matt says, wow. Prayer hand emojis for Matt. You're in our thoughts.
That's like the wackest way this could have happened.
Oh gosh, I'm watching it now. It's literally like what, a yard, 2 yards?
Yeah. Reason I don't like full PPR. Right there. Oh, and the next play was almost a pick.
Well, you got to think if it's half PPR, it essentially comes out to the same points.
Well,
for the points that
not
Matt has
entirely.
Well, the points that Matt has scored, it would be close still.
Okay.
Piece of shit. You didn't even want to throw to him. You're right. Hey, Gilbert could fumble.
That is not a bad possibility here either.
Gilbert could fumble.
How much points do you lose for getting tackled behind the line of scrimmage?
Why was I calling him Gilbert? Gumble. Gibson.
Bro, we gotta start calling him Gumble now.
Antonio Gumble. We can't refer to him. This has been too scarring for Matt. So Antonio Gumble from now on.
Antonio Gumble.
Oh my gosh, that lady's holding an eagle. Oh, that was a fake eagle.
Antonio Gumble. Oh my god.
Oh goodness.
It reminds me of who's the Fox commentator guy? Something Gumble. He's on there.
I don't know. Oh my gosh, Gilbert, what was that decision? Did you see that?
Gilbert got smashed, too.
He's trying to make something happen. I respect that. Oh, they're gonna kick a field goal. Maybe that's the right choice.
Nah, they're going for it.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't
know. Take the 3.
I really have no idea. That was horrible.
You just take the 3.
That was horrible. What the hell?
You need 10 points. I
hate analytics. That's a takeaway from this week. What are analytics?
No, Pat McAfee talked about this a lot on his show this past week. Talked about it with guys like Al Michaels. Talked about it with Aaron Rodgers. There's a difference between. Wow, that was awful. I just saw it.
That was the worst.
Like momentum is huge. Like it's huge. You know, you got to look at what's happening within the game. Over, we could make this fourth down. Damn, did you see Gilbert's jersey?
Yeah.
He's like
It was
messed
like
up.
blue.
Yeah. Thanks, Eagles defense. You absolute bozos. 2 third downs they had. I'm sorry, Matt. I am, bro. I
Yeah.
really am. Why are all their everyone's white is blue?
That the logo, I guess.
Turns to blue. That's how you know something's up with the Eagles. They're shady.
Yeah.
I hope
They're
Ronald
just
did just join, but
they're basically taking a knee now.
yeah,
Well,
dude,
they're
that's
just
what
gonna
I'm
try to
saying.
run.
Just take the 3
That was
points.
really stupid.
You
Like
got the 2-minute warning. You got 3 timeouts in the 2-minute warning. You need 10
that makes
points.
actually no sense.
Take the field goal. Is your field goal kicker hurt? You're not going to score twice. Oh my
Wait,
god!
how long was that kick though?
I don't know, but they should have kicked it.
Because we were both really convinced that was like chip
I
shot.
thought they were like in the
I thought they were
on the
way
30.
closer, and now it looks like they're at midfield.
Okay, maybe they should have gone for it. Never mind.
Yeah.
Still,
Dude,
kick the field goal.
kick
Man.
the fucking field goal. Fuck analytics, bro. Fuck analytics.
Oh gosh, this is why we only have 2 people watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. Join the Catch fam tonight. On the road to 1,000 subscribers here at the Catch. Must Start Defenses dropped yesterday. Go check it out. Go drop a like. Go drop a comment. Must Start Kickers airing tonight as well. Dude, it's been such a weird week. We've had football Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We get a day off. We get football Thursday. We get a day off. We get football Saturday and Sunday. And Monday.
Maybe Tuesday again,
maybe
bro.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Maybe Tuesday again. This might be a recurring theme.
It might, man. So, yo, the AFC has 6 teams in the playoff on the outside looking in, and the AFC has 6 as well, I think.
Yeah, dude. I actually, one team I wanted to pull up in particular, just because I love Derek Carr. I want to know what the Raiders' schedule is, because
it's pretty tough.
I know they're in the playoff hunt, and if they beat us, that's really, obviously they just beat the Browns, who were in the playoff hunt. That was actually pretty big for
I think if the Raiders lose one game, they're out.
Yeah, but if they win out, I think they're in.
Yes, which is so weird.
But let's see here. They got Denver this week, Colts, Chargers. So definitely not easy. But they definitely can still make it in there. The Bills, I think the Bills are basically a lock at getting in, because they've got.
I think the Bills win out. Yeah, well, not win out, but I think
they got the Pats, Falcons, Jets, Colts. I think we probably lose one more game. I think the big question mark is the Cincinnati team, to be honest.
They're top of their division, man.
They're top of the division, but let's see how this shakes out, because I know they still have to win, right? They're not. Do they own the division right now? I feel like the Ravens still do.
No. The Bengals do.
Well, holy shit!
But every team in that.
Well, they played the Ravens this week. They played the Ravens this week, so easily flip flops. And then they play Kansas City and Cleveland the weeks after that, which are really, really difficult matchups.
Every team in that division is in the run, though.
Dude, I think if Cleveland had won this Raiders game, they would have made it to the playoffs for sure. If they had won with everybody out on COVID.
Who would you rather watch in the playoffs, the Ravens or the Bengals?
Ravens. For Lamar.
For Lamar. Me too. I do like the Bengals all right, though. I didn't talk about this earlier. I like the Bills too. I still think that they're a team that can win the playoffs.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I mean, here's the thing though. I mean, like, I don't know. I do think that the Bengals are a good team. I just am not believing yet. But I will ask this question, and it's probably fitting when not a lot of people are in here watching right now, so I don't get too much heat here. But I made a comment in Discord. I was like, is Mark Andrews the most important player on this offense? Because Huntley comes in here and looks pretty decent in that last couple of weeks. Very similar player to Lamar Jackson. I mean, Lamar has not been able to get it done for them, right? They got to – do you have any feedback to that, any response to that? I mean, is Lamar really the guy? I mean, is he going to be able to win meaningful playoff games for them over term?
Uh, Mark Andrews is the best skill position player, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Lamar is a heartbeat though. If
Lamar's
you
MVP. Yeah, I was trying to dig for too much there.
No, I mean I get what you're saying, man. But he is the heartbeat. Like if when he gets going and he's playing well, he gets his team going. He is the most valuable player to this team, hands
Yeah,
down. Uh, he just hasn't had the team around him this year.
yeah.
I mean, we saw when he's gotten going that they can beat teams like the Chiefs, right?
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Colts.
yeah. So Mark Andrews is easily the best skill position player on this team. Yeah. And
Yeah.
that includes guys like Hollywood Brown. I mean, Bateman shined at times. These running
Hmm.
backs have been good, but this team got decimated by injuries. So
Totally rocked by injuries.
yeah, yeah. So I like Andrews a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, retrospectively, I wish he was on my fantasy team and not yours, but it is what it is, bro. Would you guys rather lose by one or get blown out?
We've talked about this before.
I'd
I would
rather
rather
get
get blown out.
I'd rather get blown out too.
This is the worst feeling for you, man, because you are still hoping that there's a way the Washington football team somehow gets the ball back and fumbles it. Like that's what you're hoping for right now.
I mean, it could happen.
Yeah.
Chase, I'm going to lose in the Catch Fam League by 1 point, bro. What is my
Uh,
luck this season? Damn. Hey, Chase, there is anyone who played in the Catch Fam League gets a prize. So, don't stress there. You at least get a prize. If that makes you happier. And you, Matt, and Shelton all lost by 1,
uh.
which is just a great summary of Week 15 fantasy. I mean, this was
Worst week.
the worst week I've ever seen in fantasy in my entire life.
Yeah.
Easily. So I'm sorry to hear it, Chase. I'm sorry, bro. But don't worry, you get a prize. Everyone gets a prize in the Catch family. The winner gets a special prize though, as long as it's not Steven, which it's not, but or me, which it's also not. But I'm kind of happy it's not one of us. So I can actually get you guys a cool prize. But yeah, Chase, I also lost by 1, and so did Shelton. It's like Catch fam
Misery.
funeral in here.
Yeah. Coming together to suffer.
Yeah. It is kind of fun when you suffer with
Well, it's
each
better.
other.
It's better to suffer with others than to suffer alone.
When I knew my season was over and I hopped on here, I was very sad, but you guys helped me through that, and that is why I'm still here. So
Yeah.
now I have to hope the Lakers win, which is like walking on a thin ice pond. Oh, what a
Dude,
night!
who are the Lakers playing tonight, man? Let me know. They're disgusting.
Is that Jordan Howard?
Yeah, Howard's been playing.
Oh, I thought he didn't come back till this coming week. Philadelphia's got New York, Washington, and Dallas. Is that on
Oh my
purpose,
gosh.
NFL? Jordan F. I won by
Oh
0.83.
my gosh, the other side of the equation.
Wow. The
Holy
other side.
crap, man.
Hey, a win's a win, a loss is a loss, man.
Yeah.
39 for the Eagles. Washington should get the ball back, but they're not going to give it to Gibson. They're not. They're going to be throwing it around. So, what? So about 30 seconds off, a minute, and
Imagine if you fumbled. How crazy that would be.
Suns, bro. God forbid we can get a win.
That's gonna be terrible, man.
Matt, get out of here, Jordan. This is L's only, bro.
This is for sadness, no happiness, Jordan.
Sit in misery. Shout out to Jordan. We're happy for you, bro. But we're having a loser party tonight. That's funny, Matt. It's good stuff. Dude, I think the Eagles might snap this ball and like run backwards.
I mean, what to burn like a couple seconds?
Yeah, I mean they have Hurts out there. Or are they just taking the penalty? Yeah, they're taking the penalty.
I don't know. Who knows?
They're
Nick
taking the
Sirianni
penalty.
always does some weird stuff.
Oh no, they took a timeout.
Dude, Eagles fans like to get after it, bro.
The season is forgettable for sure. On to next season. This was like I said, probably the worst season I've ever seen in my life. Ever. Like
Yeah, that was awful.
in terms of fantasy, right? But don't we're super pumped for week 16, super pumped for week 17. Gonna get you guys going if you made it. If you didn't, hey, we're gonna have a lot of fun on the stream. So the nice thing about the streams now is like, yes, they're completely fantasy Q&A, whatever you guys need going into week 16, 17, going to the toilet bowl as well. But also we get to have more NFL debate at this point in the season and talk about the playoffs, playoff picture, and all of that. So there's still plenty of opportunities for you guys to come through and be interactive with the Catch fam as well.
Yeah.
The Packers defense with a goose egg for me this week. Like what? Yeah. True goose egg. Oh, the Eagles did run a play on 4th down.
They did. They ran it right up the gut, man. But Matt says, yeah, some Super Bowl contender letting Huntley run all over you. Dude, that was really weird. Like, John, do you think that's something that is a concern for the Packers? I don't personally. I think that was a 1 week type of thing because the Packers have been one of the better defenses this season.
The game script just got away from him. Like,
it just got weird. It just got really weird.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, Patterson runs it.
Why not just take a knee like you
Game
lost?
over. Yeah, it's game. They basically forfeited.
Did the Rams win?
Yeah.
Does anyone have a score there?
Yeah, they won.
Scores. What was the final?
Let's see here.
Here, I got it. I'm faster than you. Rams won 20-10.
20-10, John. This is what the final score was in that Rams Seahawks game. 20-10.
Thank you. Cup surpassed Hall of Famer Bruce, 119 in 1995 for most receptions in a season in LA history.
Damn, he passed Isaac Bruce.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
That's pretty crazy, dude.
Yeah. If Lamar was playing, the Packers would have 3 L's.
I don't know.
Maybe.
About that. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think Huntley played out of his mind. I think
maybe if they just kicked the field goal.
Yeah, I think literally all they needed to do. I get that argument there. I think I would have actually done something similar there, but I think the fact that you just screwed that up against the Steelers like the week before, maybe I wouldn't have. But I do give the chops to a good old Harbaugh there for doing that. Aaron Rodgers is a scary man. He's a very scary man.
Yeah. Oh, he's a bad man, as I say.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess that wraps it up for the night, right?
Yeah, it was an interesting week. Going to be interested to see how these waivers pan out. I think the waivers are going to get delayed by a day.
They should in most leagues, yes.
Yeah.
Most
definitely
leagues,
have yours in though. Have yours in just in case.
Waivers go in Thursday in most leagues, so keep that in mind as well.
Yeah.
So we appreciate everyone. Had a blast with you guys tonight. It was a great stream. Andrea, thanks, guys. Won by 9 points. Let's go.
Let's get Andrea.
Let's go. Losers only, though. But most of us are not as fortunate. But shout out to you, Andrea. We love to see it. Love to see it. So
thanks for letting us know.
Must Start Defenses dropped last night. Go check it out. Give Steven a like. Give Steven a comment. Must Start Kickers dropping tonight after the stream. Go drop a like and comment. Helps us out, guys. Truly does. We're just going to do normal schedule in terms of how we release our must starts for the week. We'll be on together tomorrow 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. So make sure you guys swing by tomorrow as well. Steven, you're not on Thursday, are you?
I do not think so.
I tried to put him on the spot to see.
Might be.
Yeah, I tried to put him on the spot, but it doesn't look like he cares about you guys. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. So swing by tomorrow, 8 p.m. till 10 p.m.
Yep.
Gonna have a blast with you guys tomorrow as well. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way out. If you're new to the channel, hit the sub button as well. If you guys watch this retrospectively, feel free to drop any comments down below pertaining to the 2021 fantasy football season. Hit the notification bell to never miss any uploads or streams. And of course, Discord link is in the description down below. Completely free to join, connect with the community, and get updates throughout the day where we're not streaming as well. So just appreciate you guys. Appreciate this channel. Appreciate you guys coming out each and every night and supporting us and being a part of the Catch fam. Steven, you got anything to add there?
No, man, just echo everything you say, and looking forward to tomorrow. Yeah, definitely get in there, leave those comments so we can get active with you guys. And hey, on the kicker video, like I said, it's a Christmas holiday festive video. I really want to take this time to get to know a little bit more about you guys. Let us know what you guys are doing over the holidays. Let us know what you like to do with your family and your friends, what favorite movies you have, all the sorts of bunch. But definitely let us know what you think about the players too. if your seasons are wrapping up or are over, don't stop here. Keep engaged. Let's start building towards next season, as well as let's finish out this fantasy season strong as well.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Appreciate you all. Love you guys. Got nothing else to say. But thank you guys so much for watching and are listening. And remember, you saw it here on The Catch. And peace.
Peace.